Jimmy Hitchcock for the game's only touchdown.
Picked off! Jimmy Hitchcock down the near sideline. Can Warner catch him? Forget it!
Notice the stylization typical of neoclassic columns. Each of the capitals contains...
Is that real gold, Mr. Stern?
Nearly 11 pounds of gold leaf.
Next, please.
riiight Bank doesn't have expensive branches, so we offer the highest one-year CD rate of any leading bank in the country.
What more could you possibly want, my boy?
Get the best rate among leading banks. Call 888-609-BANK.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
25 degrees here in Green Bay. The wind chill at -5. The Packers have won the toss. Allen Rossum, third in the NFC, averaging nearly 26 yards per return. Back deep for Green Bay, awaiting Jason Hanson's opening kickoff. And we are underway from Lambeau. Rossum from the 6. The former Philadelphia Eagle across the 30, the 40, into Lions territory, finally taken down by Darnell Walker at the Detroit 34. A 60-yard return by Allen Rossum.
Brett Favre himself told us yesterday, hey, our special teams could make a difference tomorrow. Watch the blocking here by the kickoff return. Look at this lane that opens up for Allen Rossum. That's beautiful blocking all the way around the front, and then excellent speed by Rossum to outrun a couple more tacklers.
Favre for the Packers from the Lions 34. Off the play fake on first down. The pass is caught by the tight end Tyrone Davis for a gain of 14. Stephen Boyd made the stop. Brett Favre, 9 straight seasons with over 3,000 yards in the air, ties Dan Marino's record. Rookie tackles Clifton and Tauscher for the Packers. Green and Henderson in the backfield. Freeman and Schrader are the wideouts, and the tight end is rookie Bubba Franks. 3 wide receivers set on first down. This is Ahman Green. A gain of 7 yards on first down, tackled by Corwin Brown. Starting at strong safety for the Lions, who are 14th in the NFL defensively. A strong front 4 led by Robert Porcher. Aldridge, Boyd, and Claiborne are the linebackers. Lions without 2 key members of their secondary, Kurt Schultz and Brian Westbrook. Second down and 3 from the Lions 13. Again, 3 wideouts. The handoff to Ahman Green, and he's tackled after a gain of 2 yards by Tracy Scroggins, setting up 3rd and 1.
Well, Kenny, the Packers told us yesterday that part of this cold weather and taking advantage of it would be to come out and start fast, and that's exactly what they've done. Allen Rossum with the huge kickoff return, and their offense now working very succinctly down the field with passes and now with run.
Packers have not scored a touchdown on an opening drive in 24 games, dating back to week 5 of last year. Here's Green, and the former Seahawk picks up the first down inside the Lions 10.
Well, that's nice blocking up front by this Packers offensive line. Kenny, this line has gotten better this season as it's gone on. They've got rookies at both tackles. You see Tauscher there, but they're going to run it right over here behind Chad Clifton and Ross Verba, and you see that blocking. They open up a nice hole for Ahman Green. That's a battle that the Detroit Lions feel they must win. They feel their front 7 on defense has got to control this line of scrimmage.
Let's go. Who you got? 2 tight ends set on 1st and goal. Green up the middle, inside the 5 to the 4. A gain of 5 yards. Corwin Brown made the stop.
Brown made the tackle on Ahman Green.
The Packers run a West Coast offense, which means they like to throw the ball, they like to throw it short, timing patterns. But if they can run the football the way they have so far today, control the line of scrimmage, opening up holes for Amon Green, they're going to be very tough to beat.
Tim, more injury problems for the Lions in the secondary. Already without Schultz and Westbrook, Corwin Brown is shaken up. When we come back, 2nd and goal from the Lions 4 for the Packers.
Every year at this time, folks at Southwest Airlines get together to cook dinner at the Ronald McDonald House.
Request clearance for landing.
It's a special home where families can stay while their seriously ill children undergo treatment at a nearby hospital. The Ronald McDonald Houses are Southwest Airlines' primary charity. Thanks to your support, these children receive a special gift every day of the year, a gift of hope. From our families to yours, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Herb.
And a Merry Christmas to you, too.
Notice the stylization typical of neoclassic columns. Each of the capitals contains
Is that real gold, Mr. Stern?
nearly 11 pounds of gold leaf.
Next, please.
E-Trade Bank doesn't have expensive branches, so our Money Market Plus account pays you a higher rate than many CDs without tying up your money.
What more could you possibly want?
Get 6.25% APY. Call 888-609-BANK.
Scientists announced today the discovery of a new element. They're calling it turbonium. El turbonio es único. The addition of turbonium to the periodic table of elements was its electrons traveling at a rate of speed en la física cuántica. But practical applications are still turbonium. Back to you, John.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
Back in Green Bay, Corwin Brown, the injured Lion, replaced by Kywin Supernaw, number 29. For the Packers, Allen Rossum is in the game on offense, split to the right. Rossum, normally a defensive back. Favre, incomplete. He was looking for the fullback, William Henderson.
Well, that was nice discipline by Lamar Campbell on the coverage, because Rossum was in the game as a decoy, and he decoyed the reverse. But Lamar Campbell, who, as you said, is in to replace the injured Bryant Westbrook, he stayed right with his coverage on that, and there was no place for Brett Favre to throw.
There's Corwin Brown, the 8-year vet. Shaken up moments ago. 3rd and goal from the 4. Off the play fake to Green. Favre to Tyrone Davis. But he is brought down for a loss of 2 by Kywin Supernaw.
Well, this is an example of, again, disciplined defense by the Detroit Lions. First, Robert Porcher is playing the boot. You see him there? So he pressures Brett Favre immediately, and then you're going to see Lamar Campbell again. I'm sorry, Kywin Supernaw again, a guy staying with his receiver, not biting on the run fake.
23-yard field goal attempt for Ryan Longwell. And Longwell gives the Packers the early lead. He hits the 100-point mark for the 4th time. He's the first Packer in history with 4 100-point seasons.
Hey, we'll meet you guys down at the pool, okay?
Grab some Bud Lights. I'm gonna get ready.
What's wrong?
Is it stuck?
Come to Daddy. Give it.
Did you try jiggling it?
It's not a jiggle issue, baby. Come here, baby. Come. I want it.
I want it too.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Can you give me a hand over here?
Make it a Bud Light.
It's great to know that your Visa card is accepted on Amazon, Martha Stewart, and even loggerboots.com, provided you visited.
Loggerboots.com.
But don't worry, with zero liability from Visa, you won't have to pay for a single unauthorized purchase this holiday or ever.
You work in remote places.
your cell phone doesn't. Global Star. Call 877-SAT-PHONE today.
So I can order HBO, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, 7 of them.
So it's got a pretty clear picture then?
100% digital quality.
Football?
Up to 13 NFL games every Sunday if you want them.
I love you.
I know, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Hi.
Fox and David E. Kelly bring you the perfect holiday gift. 2 hours of unforgettable television. Boston Public and Ally McBeal.
I said it would be okay if she came to the party. Is it okay?
Sure. All new holiday episodes starting at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Corin Brown being led off to the Lions dressing room. Longwell's kickoff is taken by Desmond Howard at the 10-yard line. The former Super Bowl MVP with the Packers is brought down after a 17-yard return as Charlie Batch leads the Lions offense onto the field. Batch in his 3rd year out of Eastern Michigan threw 3 touchdown passes against the Packers week 6. A reshuffled offensive line. Rookie Stocker McDougal at left tackle. Stewart and Schlesinger in the backfield. Herman Moore, Johnny Morton are the wide receivers. And the tight end is David Sloan. Lions start from their own 27-yard line. Batch to the air on 1st down. And a diving attempt is made by Herman Moore. He could not hold on. Mike McKenzie on the coverage.
Well, this is a nice pass by Charlie Batch, and it's the Detroit Lions setting the tempo, saying, hey, we don't care about the cold weather either. We're not going to be afraid to push this ball downfield. And watch Herman Moore. He gets behind Mike McKenzie. And look at that. That's one you really expect Herman Moore to hang on to. Not one you or I could hang on to, but one you'd expect Herman Moore to hang on to.
For the Lions all-time leading receiver. 2nd and 10 from the 27. James Stewart stopped after a gain of 3 by the linebacker Nate Wayne. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Lions. The Packers ranked 13th defensively in the NFL. Theory, Hunt, Maryland, and Holiday up front. Niall Diggs returns after missing the last 3 games with an ankle injury. Williams and McKenzie on the corners. Sharper and the 3-time Pro Bowler Leroy Butler are the safeties. 3 wide receivers for the Lions. Batch out of the shotgun on 3rd and 7. Penalty markers on the play. A free play. It's picked off, but the penalty against Green Bay. Bob McElwee, now referee.
False start.
It's against the Lions.
Left guard. 5 yards. And because it was a false start, the play had to stop before it began, Kenny. Here's the left guard offsides. Semple.
Officials would normally blow the play dead immediately.
Yes. And somebody's whistle wasn't working. But what you did see on that play, though, was the Packers getting pressure on Charlie Batch with just a 4-man rush, rushing Batch, and Batch making not a smart throw.
Now 3rd down and 12. Batch makes the connection. Mario Bates out of the backfield, and he is met by 5 members of the Packers defense. So the Lions will be forced to punt.
Kenny, we just saw the slip there, and Brett Favre talked to us about this yesterday. He said, you know what? I tell my guys, be sure of your footing in this stuff. Don't make the normal moves you'd make. And there you see the 2nd Detroit Lions slip. We saw Desmond Howard slip on the kickoff return, remember? And so the Lions have to think that, hey, it's cold weather, it's a soft track. You can't make those normal hard cuts.
John Jett's punt, fielded by Alan Rawson at the 27. 15-yard return to the 42. Scott Kolakowski made the tackle. Good field position once again for Green Bay.
Volkswagen owners really love their cars. And right now, we're offering some great deals to help spread the love around.
I'm okay.
Their parents all have great jobs, same cars, same vacations. So why will some families be paying for college while the rest are praying for scholarships? Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
From Amazon.com to Yahoo, from Cisco to Sun Microsystems, companies that know the internet best run Oracle. Oracle, software powers the internet.
Magical gifts to stuff your stockings with. Turn on the fun. Best Buy.
A man receives a terrifying vision.
John, I need your help. I think he's going to be murdered inside of 2 hours.
Now, Scully and Doggett are his only hope.
Let's say that all this is true.
I can save Vicky. Pick up the phone!
The X-Files, all new at 9, 8 Central tonight on Fox.
Lambeau Field sold out, as is always the case. Early first quarter, Packers with a 3-0 lead.
A lot of hunting gear and snowmobile suits out there in that crowd.
And you talked about Brett Favre's record in the cold. How about his record here at home in both Green Bay and Milwaukee against the Lions?
That's right. And if you look at Batch, though, Batch has been 3-0 against the Green Bay Packers.
With all 3 of his wins in Pontiac. Amon Green on first down, gains 3 yards up to the 45. Luther Ellis and Stephen Boyd in on the stop.
You know, did you see Amon Green make that little cut back there? But he didn't slip either. You know, so far it's been exactly what Favre talked about yesterday, was being sure of your footing. And why can the Packers make these cuts and not slip, and the Lions, you know, make those same cuts and they do slip?
Favre told us in the early 90s, Sterling Sharp was the best. He would never slip.
It's just being used to it. You have to just slow down a half a step.
Here's Green on 2nd and 7. Up to midfield, a gain of 5. James Jones made the tackle. So it will be 3rd and 2.
And I really like the way Ross Verba is playing. He moved from tackle to guard. And if you watch him on film, you've seen steadily over this season, he's gotten better and better, and he's starting to dominate on the line of scrimmage. Always been a big physical player, but I think now he's getting used to that position, and he's starting to dominate.
Now 3rd and 2 for the Packers from midfield. Here's Green again, and he looks to have the first down. Luther Ellis brought him down. Amon Green needed 2 yards. He gained 3.
You know, if you can do this on a day like today, this being run 3 times to get a first down, control the line of scrimmage as these guys are doing right here, you're going to win the football game. Again, to the Detroit Lions, the strength of their team are their front 7. Their defensive line, led by Luther Ellis, Robert Porcher, and their linebackers, led by Boyd and Claridge.
Off the play fake. Favre takes off. Has another Packers first down as he slides to the Lions 35.
So it's funny to listen to everybody. Everyone's talking about the new prototype quarterback with Donovan McNabb and Cade McNown and Dante Culpepper. Don't forget that this guy has been doing it for a long time. Those other guys were still in high school. when Brett Favre was making plays, not only with his arm, throwing the ball, but with his feet. And there you see the joy of the competitiveness in number 4.
An 11-yard pickup. 4 wide receivers in the game. From the 36, the handoff to Green. Finds a hole up the middle, and he gains 6 yards before he was tackled by Stephen Boyd.
And I think that the Detroit Lions are going to have to start to bring their safeties up to the line of scrimmage. Because right now, the Packers are controlling it, and they're going to continue to run the football. Again, if you can run the ball on a day like today, you control it all. Larry Peccatella, defensive coordinator, don't be surprised at all if you start to see him overload the line of scrimmage.
The pitch to Green, and he's bottled up. In for a loss, Luther Ellis, along with Tracy Scroggins, a loss of 2 on the play.
But Luther Ellis has struggled with injuries all season long. Watch him work here against Frank Winters, and he just powers Winters, knocks him right back, and makes his play in the backfield. But you talk about toughness, though. Frank Winters with a torn biceps. I mean, his muscle pretty much blew up on him last week. Blood filled all in his arm, and the doctors told him, you know, you shouldn't play. We don't think you can play. He said, forget it, I'm playing.
He played 3 series last week after suffering the injury. Favre on 3rd and 6 to a wide open Antonio Freeman for a Packers first down, a gain of 17 yards.
The Detroit Lions now concentrating their efforts. Watch the movement of these linebackers up front. They've got a run blitz on because they're so concerned with the Packers' run. That vacates the middle of the field, and Freeman is able to break across the middle, and he's wide open.
From the Lions 15, Devon Parker. His first carry of the game, giving Amon Green a rest. Parker, the second-year man out of Oklahoma, tackled by Kywin Supernaw after a gain of 5 yards.
Kenny, this is just doggone good blocking by the Green Bay Packers line. It's basic football in cold weather like this, and they're doing exactly what you would wish to be able to do. But did you see that hole?
I saw it. Devon Parker certainly saw it.
I think everybody saw it.
Parker gained 6. Now 2nd and 4. Incomplete.
That was just a miscue between Brett Favre and Antonio Freeman.
Packers with a 3-0 lead, 3rd and 4 from the Lions' 9-yard line. 2 tight ends in the game, Davis and Whitnight. Freeman comes in motion. Favre on 3rd down, looking for the tight end, Tyrone Davis, and again the Packers forced to settle for a field goal.
And again, this is a really good job by the Detroit defense. Yes, they did allow the Packers to control the line, move up and down the field, but this is the 2nd time now they've got down in the red zone, they've stiffened up, and they've held the Packers to at least an attempted field goal.
Longwell hit from 23 earlier. This a 27-yard attempt. High snap. Good job by the holder at Hasselbeck. Longwell is now 2 for 2. Late first quarter, it's the Packers 6 and the Lions nothing.
4 adventurers challenged the wilderness to find a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, but when they got there,
gone.
So where is it?
I found a clue. I'll do what I have to. I know where it is. That sandwich is mine.
It's Wendy's delicious whole breast filet with a fiery blend of pepper and spices. It satisfies that crave.
Over here.
For something hot.
It's gotta be here. Keep looking. Shouldn't we tell them it's here? What? Take the fun out of it?
The spicy chicken sandwich. Find it at Wendy's.
And now, for every girl and boy, in each Wendy's Kids meal, there's a cool Grinch toy.
Energizer E Squared with titanium. Take power to the next level. E Squared.
What are you doing?
Get your own Volkswagen. With the great deals we're offering right now, it's never been easier.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Wendy's Spicy Chicken. When you're hot, you're hot. By Energizer E Squared, the battery with a heart of titanium. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Well, they want a recount here in Green Bay.
Not out of the playoff race yet. Packers, to get into the playoffs, are going to have to run the table, win the last three, and they're also going to need some help.
One loss and the Packers would be officially eliminated. Record of 6-7. Here's Desmond Howard. Ball popped loose. Packers say they have it. William Henderson made the hit on his former teammate, Desmond Howard. The officials still sorting things out.
Boy, that was a beautiful impact by William Henderson.
Now Bob McElwee will conference with two of his fellow officials. Packers football.
Well, Desmond Howard had a tough game in game one. There's William Henderson, knocks him down, and boy, that ball dropped right into Katie Williams' hands, didn't it? No question about this being a fumble. There comes Henderson from the side. It looked like a handoff from Desmond Howard. Watch the way Henderson comes in from the side there. That was nice. He came on the front side of the wedge, but then just underneath the second level of blockers for the Detroit Lions. And this looks like a challenge by Gary Moeller.
Detroit is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was not down by contact.
Well, we've heard so much this year, Kenny, about down by contact, which is not reviewable. But of course, the question here is, was he down by contact? And it was not ruled down by contact, where it should have been. So had they ruled him down by contact, you wouldn't be able to review this. And the question is, does that knee? Boy, I think that ball is free. And right when that knee touches, I think that ball is clearly out of there.
And there must be indisputable visual evidence that Howard's knee was down before the ball popped loose.
Yep, and that ball is out.
For the Lions to win the challenge.
Well, it's certainly close, and it's certainly a big enough play to merit Gary Moeller attempting a challenge and risking a timeout.
Turnovers were the story the first time these teams met. Packers turned the ball over 5 times. Lions are tied for the NFL lead in takeaways. There's K.D. Williams, who recovered the fumble, which was forced by William Henderson. The question is, was Howard's knee down before the ball came out?
We're going to try to freeze it right when his knee touches. It's right there. Is his knee down, and you can see the ball right there is already out. See it? It was actually out before that. Ball's out there, and there's the knee going down.
After reviewing
Good work by our tape guys.
the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Ruling on the field stands, says Bob McElwee. So it will be Packers football at the Lions' 34-yard line.
Assessed to Detroit.
Okay, the Packers said they needed to start fast so that this cold weather would start to sink in and discourage the Detroit Lions. It started pretty fast.
Lions lose a timeout. Packers have already scored more first quarter points today than in their last 5 games combined. And they start in Lions territory for the second time in 3 drives. Special teams, the story so far. Desmond Howard with the big, or I should say Allen Rawson with the big return, and then Desmond Howard with the fumble. As we send it to Los Angeles for a Fox NFL update with James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, and sending it downfield is Donovan McNabb hooking up with his favorite tight end, Chad Lewis. 85 yards receiving on that drive by Chad Lewis, setting up a 3-yard touchdown run by Darnell Archer. Eagles looking to get in the playoffs with the victory. Back to Kenny and Tim.
So the Philadelphia Eagles with a record of 9-5. They finished with games against Cleveland and Cincinnati. Loss of 3 yards on the previous play. 2nd and 13. Green up the middle. Lost it and then pounced on it.
Well, that must be about the 5th time that the Green Bay Packers have faked the reverse to the receiver that's been split to the right. One of these times they're going to just run it. I'm sure Mike Sherman has got his coaching staff up top watching to see how the defense reacts. And they're numbing them to this fake reverse right now. Amon Green lost the ball there, Kenny. And that's been the only real knock on Amon Green. They like his quickness. They like his yards per carry, 4.5. But he's put the ball on the ground 4 and now 5 times this season.
3rd and 7. Favre swings it out to Green. He stopped about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. Stephen Boyd and Luther Ellis on the stop after a gain of 4.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes Luther Ellis special. He's in there. He's an interior lineman. He's battling. He's rushing the passer. But yet he's still out there on the perimeter of the field helping to tackle Amon Green.
Ryan Longwell will attempt a 45-yard field goal with the win. He's already 2 for 2. Another high snap. Good hold by Hasselbeck. And this time the kick is no good. Wide to the right. Desmond Howard happy about it.
That was a big turnaround for the Detroit Lions. They held on the turnover, and they're still just a touchdown behind Green Bay.
It's seeking out the best of the best, believing they will reach their goals. It's concentrating on companies that exhibit sustainable earnings growth. It's believing in a winning philosophy that can achieve solid results. The American Century Growth Fund. It's what we call American confidence. American Century Investments. Contact us or your investment professional.
I wish you well.
Go ahead.
This holiday season, I wish for happiness and prosperity for our family and peace on earth.
I wish for a grill guard, a tool set, floor mats, ooh, seat covers.
Pep Boys has what guys want. Custom alloy wheels in stock from $69.99 and 35,000-mile tires, 4 for $99. Pep Boys, one more reason cars like us, people love us.
She will always remember Christmas 2000. How is up to you. A diamond is forever.
So happy together.
Excellent. Excellent. That was great. Thanks a lot.
Green Bay Packers so far controlling this football, controlling the game on the ground behind this big offensive line, but the Detroit defense has held them 2 times in the red zone, and they just missed a field goal. So Charlie Batch only has to get 1 touchdown to take the lead.
Lions start from their own 35-yard line. Batch looking on first down. Incomplete. Intended for James Stewart out of the backfield.
And then that's nice coverage by Todd McBride, who has come in to replace Tyrone Williams. Charlie Batch wanted to go and throw to his left right away, but the coverage was too good, so he had to go to the dump off. And we're seeing a Lions offense that seems to be affected. Watch the coverage right here, and you're going to see the drop by Leroy Butler. See that? Butler underneath, McBride over the top, so Johnny Morton is not an open receiver.
On second down, Stewart leaning forward to the 38. A gain of 3 as we send it to James Brown for another NFL update. JB?
Hey, Kenny and Tim, Cleveland not making it easy on Philadelphia. Rotating quarterbacks. This time is Doug Peterson in, hooking up with David Patton, a 9-yarder, only the 3rd offensive touchdown in the last 8 games for Cleveland. Knotted at 7. Kenny and Tim.
Thank you, JB. We will look forward to hearing you throughout the game.
So Doug Peterson,
like another exciting one.
The former Eagle, throwing the touchdown pass against his ex-mates.
Players always play their best against their former team.
Now Batch with time on 3rd and 7. Pass is caught by Johnny Morton, but he's tackled 3 yards shy of the first down marker by Nate Wayne. So the Lions go 3 and out.
Nice protection by the Detroit Lions, giving Batch plenty of time, but too many Packers off into pass coverage.
Time winding down in this first quarter.
Wait, Nate Wayne's still going.
Yes.
After that play.
He just wants to keep warm.
That's a long celebration.
And that will do it for the first quarter, with the Packers leading 6-0. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after this.
I need a car? Shopping for a used car will never be the same.
No, a convertible, a red one, with under 15,000 miles.
Welcome to Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
While most Dodge Dakota owners use their truck to haul stuff here and there, a certain forward-thinking California town has found a different use for their Dakota. They use it to haul down speeders. Dodge Dakota. Different. Now get $1,000 cash allowance on Dodge Dakota.
Muddy, muddy, terrible. It was mud. Mud all over. Oh, horrible mud. Mud in the food. It was mud in the water. Do you understand that?
Now you can talk all you want, whenever you want.
Hi, it's me. Mud everywhere.
Just get VoiceStream.
Mud.
Only VoiceStream gives you 600 anytime minutes for $39.99 a month. Plus 2,000 minutes of free weekends nationwide. So get a ton of talk time and free weekends. Only from VoiceStream.
Hello.
Magic's greatest secrets are exposed.
I'm receiving a drink order. A, B... Here, yes. How did you know?
The Simpsons, all new 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Packers leading the Lions 6-0 as we welcome you back. Kenny Albert with Tim Green. The cold has not seemed to affect the Packers in the first quarter.
No, it hasn't, but it has seemed to affect the Detroit Lions. We've seen some slipping and some falling, and we've seen a fumble. And on the other hand, we've seen some really good special teams by the Green Bay Packers.
Allen Rawson had a 60-yard return on the opening kickoff. Rawson backpedaling, lost the football, and is taken down at the 5-yard line by Lamar Campbell. So Rawson had trouble fielding the John Jett punt, and Campbell was downfield on the special teams coverage.
That was a classic gunner move by Lamar Campbell. Watch him here, and watch him rip up underneath Donald Driver and just stay with it. And then when Rossum fumbles that thing, Campbell is there to take advantage. That's nice work. That's tough duty because Campbell now is starting out there in place of Bryant Westbrook. So he's now in the starting lineup as a cornerback. And he's also running down on punts, and that tires you out.
Campbell out of the University of Wisconsin. On first down from the 5-yard line. A gain of 2 for Amon Green. Packers with a 6-0 lead. Ryan Longwell connecting on 23 and 27-yard field goals in the first quarter. He also missed from 45. Longwell, the most accurate field goal kicker in the history of the NFL. 2 for 3 in quarter number 1.
The Lions have made some changes up front on their defensive line, trying to get the right combination to slow this Packers run game down.
Here's Favre. A miscommunication by the Packers on second down. And Favre loses 4 yards, setting up 3rd and 12.
No, but again, that started at the line of scrimmage with Luther Ellis and also then Chris Claiborne finishing it off, because if you see saw what Luther Ellis did, he was the guy who had re-established the line of scrimmage on that last play.
Third and 12. Packers from their own 3-yard line, far from the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for the fullback, William Henderson.
You know, on third down, we've seen the Packers continue to go to that little out to the wide receiver, to the running back. And I thought that the Packers had the most success last week in the Chicago game, pushing the ball downfield to the wide receivers.
Packer wide receivers have only 1 catch today, Antonio Freeman.
And he was wide open on that play.
The other completions have gone to the tight end, Tyrone Davis, and to the back, Amon Green. Josh Bidwell punting from the end zone. And a fair catch called for by Desmond Howard at the 42-yard line. Penalty marker on the field. It's against the Packers. Looks like a face mask.
Yeah, that's one you're definitely going to want to take. You saw Gary Moeller say, take it. Josh Bidwell, the Green Bay Packers punter, has had a tough year anyway, and this is certainly an uncomfortable position he's going to be in now.
44 of the kicking team, 15-yard face mask foul. Half the distance to the goal line. Repeat the down.
Matt Snyder is called for the face mask. Half the distance will move the football back 1.5 yards. Line of scrimmage was the 3. But Bidwell will not have as much room. He was already at the back of the end zone on his previous punt.
Right, and what that does is that almost ensures a much shorter kick, because he's not going to be able to take 2 steps. He's going to have to just take a half a step and kick it quick.
Bidwell gets it away. Howard, same spot, the 43. Terrific coverage. Scott McGarrahan was the first Packer downfield. Only 1 yard on the return by Desmond Howard.
Fire! Engine 1! Stay ready for impact!
This Christmas, at the edge of the world, his adventure begins.
I would rather take my chance out there on the ocean than to stay here and die.
Tom Hanks. Castaway, a Robert Zemeckis film, rated PG-13, December 22nd, only in theaters.
Notice the stylization typical of neoclassic columns. Each of the capitals contains...
Is that real gold, Mr. Stern?
Nearly 11 pounds of gold leaf.
Next, please.
E-Trade Bank doesn't have expensive branches, so our Money Market Plus account pays you a higher rate than many CDs without tying up your money.
What more could you possibly want?
Get 6.25% APY. Call 888-609-BANK.
Spread some joy this holiday season. Shop online, ship it on its way, and be sure it gets there in 2 to 3 days with priority mail delivery from the United States Postal Service.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Castaway, directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks, December 22nd, only in theaters. By E-Trade, it's your money. By Priority Mail from the U.S. Postal Service. And by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Well, that looks warm.
Sure does.
But what about the legs?
2 pairs of socks. That's the trick. Lions from the Packers, 43. Only their 7th offensive play of the game. Batch airing it out. And the catch is made by Jermaine Crowell, the penalty marker on the play. Crowell has not played since the last game against the Packers. He's missed 7 consecutive games with a fractured left foot.
And that's going to, I think, be against Todd McBride, who's got the coverage on Jermaine Crowell. Now, he's got good position on Crowell, but this is just a spectacular job of Crowell.
Defensive pass interference number 27. That penalty is declined.
What a beautiful job by Crowell going up and attacking this football.
34-yard gain. Penalty is declined. 1st and goal for the Lions from the 9. Morton and Moore are the wideouts. The handoff to James Stewart, cutting to the outside and forced out of bounds by Darren Sharper after a gain of 3.
If you look at this Green Bay defense, you see guys that they're not very big up front. They're not very big at the linebacker position. They've got speed. They're a one gap. The key is these guys right here, Sharper and Leroy Butler, the safeties, getting in the mix. And watch Sharper. Watch him slide right up here and start to play this thing like a linebacker. He's got the speed to get to the hole, and then he packs a punch.
Two tight end sets, 2nd and goal from the 6. Stewart, nothing there. Cledius Hunt, the first Packer to wrap up James Stewart.
Well, the Packers have had so many injuries this season, and then you see a guy like Cledius Hunt filling in for Santana Dotson, who's having a fine year, and you understand why they're still alive in the playoff hunt. I mean, not spectacularly alive at 6 and 7, but if they win this game today, it certainly improves their chances, and if they do, it'll be because guys like Cledius Hunt have stepped up and filled the void.
Now 3rd and goal, the play fake to Bates. Batch into the end zone. It's picked off. Intercepted in the end zone by Todd McBride. He brings it all the way back to the 40. A 44-yard return. 2nd interception of the year for McBride, who knows how to catch the football. He was a wide receiver at UCLA his first 2 seasons. McBride is down. The 2nd turnover of the game committed by the Lions.
Like a furnace up in this mug.
Jamie Foxx.
Burning up. It's hot enough to make a cool brother sweat. Let me get a Coors Light. Coors Light. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Get it now.
so pretty.
I bet you tell that to all the girls.
Yeah, I do.
Coors Light.
Pizza Hut has put cheese inside the very crust itself, the Insider Pizza, just $9.99. More cheese on the inside and now more toppings on the outside. For $2 more, you can get the Insider any way you want it, including meat lovers and Supreme. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut.
It's special holiday shopping days at Pep Boys. Get $15 or $30 in merchandise certificates free with purchase. 3 days only, December 13th, 14th, and 15th. 627 locations nationwide. Pep Boys, one more reason cars like us, people love us.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, I hope you didn't put all those on the credit card.
Yeah, why?
Do you know what those interest charges are going to do to us?
Don't worry. I used our new Capital One card. It's interest-free.
To the neighbor!
If you had a new Capital One card, all your purchases would be interest-free until May 2001.
Gotta tell Steve and Laura about Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
Be there for Malcolm's most embarrassing moment ever.
You play a fairy? Not just any fairy. He's the biggest fairy in the whole play.
All new Malcolm in the Middle, 8:30, 7:30 Central tonight on Fox.
Todd McBride with the interception in the end zone, giving the Packers, again, terrific field position. They'll start from their own 40.
He's going to have to share some of that with Vonnie Holliday, who put the pressure on Charlie Batch, because Batch had an open receiver in the end zone that he was trying to get the ball to. I think he was trying to protect those already injured ribs.
Packers with a 6-0 lead. Favre on first down, looking for Antonio Freeman. Lamar Campbell on the coverage.
We had some heat on that ball, and heat was what Charlie Batch didn't have on his ball on this interception. Watch Vonnie Holliday. He's going to come underneath, and then you see Charlie Batch, he starts to pull back to try to protect those bruised ribs. But watch in the back of the end zone. Watch Johnny Morton here. You see that? And Batch sees the same thing, tries to get the ball to him, but doesn't have enough heat on it. He knows it. That's not the face of a guy that's going to roll over and quit.
Favre on second down finds his man Donald Driver. Terry Fair had him wrapped up at the 49 after a gain of 9.
Driver's just going to do a little stop route here. Fair is playing off him, and there goes that knee down. Driver has a little bit of speed. He's got some speed. He's got some nice leaping ability. And I think that's why Terry Fair was playing off him as much as he was.
He was a terrific high jumper in college.
And I think, Kenny, that's what the Packers need to do more. They've got to get the ball to those wide receivers.
On 3rd and 1, Ahman Green fights forward, close to the first down. We'll see where the officials spot the ball. Darnell Walker was the first Lion to meet Green.
I'll tell you, if they got it, and I think they did, it's going to be close. And it was a nice job by a small body defensive back in Darnell Walker.
Out come the chains. One of the reasons Walker is playing today, the injury suffered by his brother, Marquise Walker, out with a bad wrist.
Bryant Westbrook, the other starting cornerback, who is having a sensational year.
First down for the Packers. Kurt Schultz also out with an ankle injury. Lions lost Corwin Brown earlier, so Detroit playing with a depleted secondary as the Packers move the chains. 1st and 10 from midfield. Favre to the air on first down, has the completion to Antonio Freeman for another first down, a gain of 11. As we send it back to the Fox Network Center. What do you have for us, JB?
Kenny and Tim, you guys know Miami protects the ball very well. Not so here as Jay Fiedler throws a pick to Jamie Duncan, who returns it 31 yards for the score. Bucks up by 4 in the second. Meanwhile, Brian Mitchell fumbled a kickoff return. Cleveland recovered inside the 5, and Travis Prentice took it across. 14-7 Cleveland. Kenny and Tim.
Thanks very much, JB. So the Browns with the lead on the Eagles in the first half. Green up the middle. Alan Aldridge made the stop after a gain of 7.
And you get to see a little bit on this play here why the Green Bay Packers like Ahman Green so much. Great acceleration up through the hole. And I saw the Vice President in charge of personnel, Ken Herrock, for the Packers before the game, and I was talking with him about the things they were going to try to acquire, the kind of positions in the offseason, and he said, you know, we used to think we needed some help at the running back position with Dorsey Levens struggling with his injuries, but Ahman Green may have given us the answer.
He's had a good second half of the season. Favre in trouble on 2nd and 3, taken down. Chris Claiborne, along with Stephen Boyd. First sack of the game for the Lions, and the first sack of the season for Claiborne.
Well, Claiborne comes off the edge, and then there's a stunt between Kursky and Porsche. Brett Favre wanted to go to his check down, Ahman Green, but not time to do it. And you talk about Ahman Green and his running abilities. He's also the leading receiver for the Packers.
Claiborne and Kursky officially split the sack. Favre on 3rd down to Ahman Green, and he's hit by Terry Fair. A gain of only 4 yards, stopped well shy of the marker. As we check in once again with JB.
Kenny and Tim, just as I was giving you that last update, here is what happened with Philadelphia. McNabb, who's 8 of 10, 171 yards, and 1 touchdown in the first half. That touchdown to Torrance Small, 24-yarder, all tied at 14 in the second. Kenny and Tim.
Thanks, JB. Nothing less than what we'd expect from Donovan McNabb. Right? I mean, I started saying it, and I know he and I share a common college, but looks like the Packers are going to go for this on 4th down. The crowd wanted it. I started saying about McNabb from last season that he is going to be maybe the next Brett Favre.
Well, the Packers call timeout. They will go for it, Tim, on 4th and 5 when we come back.
It's back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Applebee's You Pick 2. Get any 2 of 4 American favorites on one big plate. Choose from sizzling Cajun sirloin, succulent garlic crusted shrimp, barbecue chicken, or riblets with a tangy sauce too good for any napkin. Right now, you pick 2 for a taste as American as Applebee's. For a tasteful gift, pick Applebee's gift certificates.
Check this out. It's the NetVista S40 desktop. It's got an Intel Pentium 3 processor, USB ports, cool design. And when you buy it at IBM.com, there's a call me button you can click, and within 5 minutes, a tech expert like Leon will call and answer any questions.
I'll be home soon. Yeah. Yeah. You know who I'll be? Walrus man. Walrus. 450 megahertz should be fast enough.
Well, maybe not Leon.
Dad, I missed the bus.
Really?
The 911 Carrera. What only a Porsche brings to driving.
Thanks, Dad. Dad.
Catch the new hit series Dark Angel. The People's Choice Awards nominee for favorite new drama and favorite performer in a new series, Jessica Alba.
What I say was gonna happen if I caught you peeping again.
Dark Angel. All new at 9/8 Central Fox Tuesday.
Back in Green Bay, instead of attempting a 51-yard field goal into the wind, the Packers will go for it on 4th and 5.
Brett Favre told us yesterday that he wanted aggressive play calling. This is certainly falls into that category.
3 wide receivers, Driver, Schrader, and Freeman. 4th and 5. Favre can't find anyone. He lost the football. Or was it a pass attempt?
Yeah, it was a pass attempt. Robert Porsche was right on him.
An unconventional-looking pass attempt.
Oh, yeah. You know, nothing less than what you'd expect from Brett Favre, though, right? Actually, it was Luther Ellis who was on him, and Brett Favre's lucky Stephen Boyd's hands aren't a little better. Favre had 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles the first time these two teams met, and Detroit, of course, won that game in the Silverdome.
And now the Lions take over on downs from their own 34-yard line, trailing the Packers 6-0. James Stewart. Cledius Hunt in on the stop for the Packers after a gain of just 1 yard. 8 minutes to go, second quarter. A pair of Ryan Longwell field goals in the first quarter, accounting for the only points of the game. Detroit Lions 8-5. They control their own destiny. If they win their remaining 3 games, they are in. Packers still alive, but barely. 1 loss, and Green Bay will be eliminated. Lions spread the field, 3 wide receivers set on 2nd and 9. And they keep it on the ground with James Stewart. And Stewart is tackled by Todd McBride, who's played very well after replacing Tyrone Williams, who went out with a stiff neck. McBride had the interception earlier this quarter.
I really like Todd McBride too, Kenny. We saw him first come in against the Eagles earlier in the season, and he's a safety who I think covers well enough to play corner. And then you see right here, he also plays the run well enough to play safety. So there you see him coming off the block by Johnny Morton and making a nice tackle.
Lions 0 for 3, Tim, on 3rd down.
Yeah, Batch, not in the situation he wants to be. Known passing.
3rd and 7. Batch could not find anyone downfield. Dumps it off to Mario Bates. And he's forced out of bounds by Todd McBride, 3 yards shy of the first down marker. So again, the Lions will be forced to punt.
You know, we talked about Cledius Hunt earlier, Kenny, and how he stepped up and was able to fill in for Santana Dotson, and we're seeing the same thing from Todd McBride. He's having a nice game. 2 tackles in a row, and as you said, that interception earlier in the end zone.
John Jett getting set for his 3rd punt today. Alan Rawson back at his own 20-yard line. Short kick, end over end, fielded on a bounce by Rawson. Penalty marker on the field as Rawson is taken out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 15-yard return.
That's going to be holding against the Packers. Either Driver or David Bowen.
Number 80 of the receiving team during
Driver.
the run back. 10-yard penalty. First down. Timeout.
Donald Driver called for the hold.
Here's Driver right here working on Darnell Walker, and that was about as much holding as you could ever get.
Every business can use extra help now and then. The real challenge is finding workers you can trust to do the job. With Labor Ready, you get the kind of help you need when you need it, even an hour before. Today alone, Labor Ready placed thousands of workers in hundreds of industries, from construction to catering. You can find good help these days. Labor Ready. Dependable temporary labor.
It's great to know that your Visa card is accepted on Amazon, Martha Stewart, and even loggerboots.com, provided you visited
loggerboots.com.
But don't worry, with zero liability from Visa, you won't have to pay for a single unauthorized purchase this holiday or ever.
Both have the same 6-figure salaries and perks. So why does one look forward to early retirement while the other to the 15th and the 31st? Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Introducing a shockingly refreshing new lemon lime.
America's America's fastest sport is coming to Fox starting in February. Fox Sports is the place to turn for every pit stop, lap, and checkered flag. It all begins with the 43rd running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. And the king, Richard Petty, is here today. His grandson, a huge Brett Favre fan. In fact, Favre is the co-owner of a NASCAR racing team in company with Dale Jarrett. Richard Petty watching the Packers. They lead the Lions 6-0 as Favre hits Ahman Green. Gains 6 yards up to the 27. Chris Claiborne made the tackle.
I think you see, Kenny, the Packers going back to what they normally do, which is, you know, these short passing game, some deep passes down to the wide receivers, because after initially getting Ahman Green going on the ground and controlling the line of scrimmage, I think the Detroit front seven has stiffened up since then.
2nd and 4 from the 27. Bill Schrader in motion. Favre going deep, looking for Schrader. Overthrown. 3rd and 4 upcoming.
I think Lamar Campbell did a nice job of staying over the top of Bill Schrader on that pass play.
Lamar Campbell, who returned his only career interception for a touchdown in the earlier meeting with the Packers in October. Lions won that game 31-24. 3 wide receivers set on 3rd down and 4. Favre, the handoff, Green, and he's forced back by the Lions' leading tackler the last 4 seasons, Stephen Boyd.
Now, Stephen Boyd, this is what film study does for a linebacker in the National Football League. Watch Boyd, and he doesn't go for the fake at all. He doesn't start one way and go the other. He zeroes right in on Ahman Green right from the get-go. He read that play. He saw it. He's seen it time and time again in film, and he went right for the football.
Desmond Howard awaiting Josh Bidwell's punt. Bidwell with more room this time. Last punt came out of the end zone. A fair catch called for by Howard at the 42-yard line. A 30-yard punt by Bidwell. Fox Monday. It's an all-new Boston Public nominated for a People's Choice Award for favorite new dramatic series. That's Boston Public at 8, 7 Central tomorrow on Fox. Just over 5 minutes to play, 2nd quarter.
I'll tell you, but for that one deep pass from Batch to Jermaine Crowell, the Lions offense has been nothing so far. Not being able to get a consistent game going on the ground or in the air.
59 yards offensively for the Lions, 34 on that one pass play to Crowell. Play action, Batch with time, can't find anyone downfield, takes off, and is tackled by Nate Wayne after a gain of just 3 yards.
Well, the reason why Charlie Batch had plenty of time, Kenny, they kept about everybody in to block for him. 2 tight ends and the running back. And that left only a couple wide receivers downfield. And you see the coverage. There's coverage people all over Johnny Morton as well as Herman Moore. Watch this. Watch how many guys block. All the linemen, including a tight end and the running back. So they keep 7 guys in to protect Batch.
Johnny Morton makes the catch and then slips. Gain of 6 yards. 1 yard shy of the marker. So it will be 3rd and 1 for the Lions.
We've talked about it a little earlier. I really don't think it's a coincidence that every player that slipped today has been a Detroit Lion. We've not seen one of the Packers carrying the ball that's had their feet go out from under them like this. And again, I think if you analyze it and you break it down, you see the Packers players with the football lowering their center and not trying to make those hard stop and start moves.
On 3rd and 1, James Stewart picks up the first down, a gain of 4 yards. to the Packers 45. So the Lions move the chains with 3:45 remaining in the second quarter. That was their first conversion on third down of this first half. They had been 0 for 4.
Right, and you see there James Stewart is very good in those 3rd and 1 rushing situations. You know, Stewart has been very steady for them, and he's given them strength at that position. And I think part of the reason why he doesn't have a higher yards per carry average is Gary Muller's offensive line has been shuffled and shifted around all season.
Off the play fake, match to Morton. Close to another first down. Mike McKenzie made the stop. And it is a first down for the Lions at the Packers 35.
I think these are the kind of throws that Charlie Batch is going to have to make in this game. And then, you know, through the rest of the season, Kenny, if they're going to control their playoff destiny, if they're going to be something in this latter part of the season, Batch is going to have to play through those injured ribs. And you can see the harness he's wearing and the rib protector underneath and make those kind of throws.
The handoff to James Stewart on first down. And he gains 3 yards. David Bowens, a Michigan native, made the tackle.
One of the things offensive coordinator Sylvester Croom said to us yesterday, and he felt that last week he got off of his mix a little too soon. They got behind it against the Minnesota Vikings, and he felt like they abandoned the run game a little too soon. So you see, even though Charlie Batch starting to have some success throwing the ball, Croom still mixing in the run.
2nd and 7. Another run play. James Stewart down to the 26-yard line. Stopped by Nate Wayne and Bernardo Harris. A gain of 6 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Here at Lambeau Field, Lions on the move. They trail the Packers 6-0.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by DirecTV, the #1 digital satellite entertainment provider.
Okay, sir, you're all set. We got you signed up with all your movie channels.
Great.
You got 4 Stars, 7 HBOs, 5 Showtimes. Okay. We also got you signed up for your local channels.
Beautiful.
No charge for installation.
Cool, thanks.
Okay. Signature?
Sure.
Yeah. Take care.
Take care.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
As you can see, the DNA sweeps through the cell after meiosis. This ensures proper disposal of...
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
Proper dispersal of the genetic code.
Okay, here we go. Push, push. Beautiful baby coming.
Nice catch. Good hands. Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
It's unnecessary roughness.
You could grab an off-the-shelf computer for someone you love this holiday, or give them a computer that's built uniquely for them. A truly personal computer that's been turned into a music machine, or movie theater, or photo gallery, with training classes so they can get the most out of it. We think you can spot the better gift. Start with a fully loaded Gateway PC for just $799, including a year of America Online. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, where people rule.
Prepare for hijinks on the high seas with the NFL on Fox pregame show.
But we're taking the show on the boat.
The voyage begins next weekend on Fox.
Sylvester Croom, the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, mixing in the run with the pass. Last 3rd and 1 was a handoff to James Stewart.
Eric Beverly back up center in as a tight end. 3 tight ends set. Again, it's Stewart, and he picks up the first down. He lost the football. It's recovered by Niall Diggs. Niall Diggs down the sideline, coming off an ankle injury, and he returns it all the way down to the Lions' 27.
And that was a very important defensive play by David Sloan, Gary Muller's tight end. Nice job by the Packers defense, stripping Stewart of the football. Watch it. Here it is, 3rd and 1. There's Schlesinger leading. Now Stewart's got the first down. but the Packers defense strips him. But watch David Sloan save the touchdown.
A 52-yard return by Diggs. Following the Stewart fumble, it's the third Lions turnover of the first half. Packers start from the Detroit 27. Here's Green gaining 5 yards on first down. Robert Porcher made the stop.
Take another look at that 3rd and 1. I don't know if it was Bernardo Harris who stripped him or Todd McBride.
Looked like the helmet of Harris.
Yep. That's what happens when everybody runs to the football. Body slam. Niall Diggs.
Now Favre changing the play on 2nd and 5. The handoff to Green, picks up the first down up the middle, down to the Lions. 14, a gain of 8 yards. Big first half for Ahman Green.
Well, I got to tell you, now it looks like the Green Bay Packers offensive line is back in sync. Because again, watch this control. Watch him control the line of scrimmage and watch him open up a hole for Ahman Green. You know, Kenny, the guy who's right in the middle of it again was Ross Verba.
Time winding down in this first half. Packers have 2 timeouts remaining. And they'll use one here as Green was forced back by Kywin Supernaw.
That was a nice hit.
Was that Supernaw or Superman?
That was a super hit.
Hey, all these bags are missing their heat wave cores. What's that? Andy, we can't deliver hot pizzas without these cores.
The exclusive core in the Domino's Heatwave bag delivers your pizza hot. Call Domino's now to get freshly made pizza delivered hot to your door. Domino's, bad Andy, good pizza.
Coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league. And our Fox Sports ticker will bring you up to the second stats. That's all coming up on the Visa halftime report.
Oh, what a great piece during the pregame show that Howie Long did with Norv Turner on that ticklish situation in Washington.
From the 14, 5 fires intended for Antonio Freeman, and again it was Kywin Supernaw who broke it up.
Yeah, and Stephen Boyd did an excellent job of getting a drop and getting right into that throwing lane. And I think that's why Antonio Freeman wasn't able to hang on to the ball. Watch Boyd. He's up here on the line of scrimmage, faking the blitz. Now watch him drop right in front of Freeman. See that? I think Freeman lost vision of that ball because of Boyd's good drop.
3rd down and 9. Favre firing to the end zone.
Oh, what a catch.
Picked off by Darnell Walker in the end zone. Tremendous play by Walker. His 16th career interception.
So David Sloan, the tight end for the Lions, and now Darnell Walker saved what could have been a disastrous turn of events. I got to tell you, it's hard for the offensive players to catch Brett Favre's passes. Watch Darnell Walker. He plays this thing beautifully. Watch him race underneath and make that diving catch. The cold certainly didn't affect Walker. And that ball has some serious heat on it.
Walker, a former Falcon and 49er. Lions down to the 2nd and 3rd string in the secondary. And Darnell Walker makes the interception in the end zone. Lions will run out the clock. Only 13 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
On the field.
Green Bay is going to challenge whether or not that ball was caught. And I guess if you're Mike Sherman, why not, right? You don't need your timeouts.
Darnell Walker trying to figure out why.
Can't see it from that angle.
Now remember, that rule was changed after last season regarding
the ball can touch the ground as long as the player has control of it.
And Jerry Seaman, the NFL's director of officiating, reinforced that rule to us up here in the booth just prior to the game. So as long as Walker retains possession after he rolls around, it is an interception. It looks like he did.
Yep. But again, you know, a smart move by Mike Sherman to at least challenge it.
Well, remember, it's the final 2 minutes, so this is being looked at by the replay booth.
I think I was giving him all that credit because he's a former English major.
Yes, although he certainly would be happy if the call was reversed. But it should stand. This rule was changed after the Bert Emanuel play in the NFC Championship game for the Tampa Bay
After
Buccaneers.
reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is an interception. Detroit ball.
So Darnell Walker breathes a sigh of relief. His first interception this season. So the Lions, despite having turned the ball over 3 times in the first half, will head to the locker room trailing by only 6 points.
They certainly have their defense to thank for it, Kenny. They've been very good in the red zone, whereas the Lions offense has turned it over and not been very effective.
So that will do it for the first half from Lambeau Field, with the Packers leading the Lions 6-0. A pair of Ryan Longwell first quarter field goals accounting for the Packers points. Darnell Walker with an interception for the Lions. We'll return after this message and a word from your local Fox station.
This January, get ready for the most daring reality show ever when 4 committed couples.
This is the determining factor if we're going to stay together or not.
Journey to a tropical paradise.
Welcome.
Where 26 sexy singles are waiting to seduce them.
This could rip 2 people apart.
They thought it was a game.
I really didn't expect this level of temptation.
They didn't know how far it would go.
I'm in heaven right now.
Now I'm in hell.
Temptation Island, coming in January to Fox.
The thrill is back with a vengeance. Toyotathon 01. The blockbuster event returns with great year-end values on Toyota's best. Like Camry, lease America's #1 selling car for 3 years straight. Now for just $239 a month for 39 months with only $2239 due at signing. Or get 0.9% APR financing for 24 months when you buy. Toyotathon 01 at your Toyota dealer now.
These are young adults learning skills and work ethics as auto body technicians. They're gaining a future at Newgate Education, thanks to you and me. I'm Paul Kraus. Instead of trading or selling your auto, truck, or van, consider this. Don't trade it, donate it to Newgate, and support young people on a second chance in life. Your donation is 100% tax deductible. Career training, your vehicle gone, tax deduction. Newgate, call today, 612-378-0177.
Get Don Pablo's lunch combos. All your favorites. Starting at $4.99. Get Don Pablo's, the real enchilada.
Well, all I can say is, God bless television and the many ways in which television enriches our lives. From now on, I order you to watch more television than ever before.
Aye, sir. Third Rock, weeknights at 10 on Fox 29.
Controversial gene research has led scientists to unlock the secrets of DNA. What they've discovered is something many of us have suspected all along. This is the mother of all trucks.
Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR on Dodge Ram.
Tune in and see News Radio, weeknights on Fox 29.
Packers leading the Lions at the half, 6-0. A pair of Ryan Longwell field goals as we check out the first half numbers.
Right, turnover is really the story here today. The Detroit Lions not able to get anything going, turning the ball over 3 times. Lucky just to be in this one.
They trail the Packers by 6. The Visa halftime report is coming up next, right after these messages.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. Somewhere in the Mediterranean, 4 men embark on a journey to make television history.
Taking the show on the boat.
Prepare yourself for hijinks on the high seas as JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris travel abroad to the world's most advanced supercarrier for 2 days of NFL analysis and adventures.
Kind of like a vacation package with you in a bunk.
The NFL on Fox pregame show from the USS Harry S. Truman next weekend on Fox.
This January.
What have I taught you about sharing?
Nothing.
Fox presents a new comedy.
Yeah! It's a crazy maniac.
It's my dad.
About the art.
I didn't know what else to do. How is throwing chicken even an option?
Of raising parents.
From now on, I'm going to associate sex with having fried food hurled at me.
How'd you like your own phone line?
That'd work.
Introducing Grounded for Life.
That's not how I would have handled it. How would you have handled it? I wouldn't have had kids.
Coming in January to Fox.
This is Luther Ellis, defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions. He is big. Big is one way of putting it. Very large and huge are other ways. And like his fellow NFL players, Luther supports the United Way. And that makes him a very big man.
Okay, here I come.
Mr. Luther's stuck in the slide again.
On back.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And we'd like to welcome those of you who've been watching Detroit and Green Bay here at the half. Brett Favre plays extremely well when it's cold. As a matter of fact, he's 25-0 when it's 34 degrees or colder. Packers up by the score of 6-0 in that one. You bet. Warren Sapp getting ready. No yonder today. Spitz. Don't cost you $29 grand. That's okay. Get it out. Jay Fiedler rolling out. He's looking for Lamar Smith. Does not see Jamie Duffin coming in on this Smith. Takes it in. 6th defensive touchdown on the season for the Buccaneers. 10-3. Big game over the Dolphins. In Cleveland, Philadelphia clinches a playoff berth with the win, right now leading 21-14 in that one. McNabb with an excellent first half. In Kansas City, the Chiefs have 4 turnovers, including 3 in Carolina territory. Panthers up by 4, 7-3. Fred Taylor, 79 yards and 2 touchdowns, seeking his 8th straight 100-yard rushing game. Jaguars spanking the Cardinals 27-3. Giants are dominating the Steelers. They will make the playoffs with the win and some help. Giants on top by 10 at the half. New England using the no-huddle offense, and it's working in the bitter cold of Chicago. On top 10-3, Belichick and his squad. Ravens, wow, have limited the Chargers to 11 net yards passing, 10-3 over the Chargers, that at the half. And the Titans, Steve McNair starts despite an injured knee and ankle, and he has 2 touchdown passes in that contest there. Chris.
You know, you got to admire Charlie Batch's courage for hanging in there with those bad ribs. He's tried to play in back-to-back weeks, but you just have to wonder on that throw when he got off balance and tried to make one of those kind of throws, whether or not they just tightened up, couldn't make it. That may well be the ball game, that one throw.
Yeah, Ed Donatell's defense limiting them to 94 total yards on offense, and it's been a microcosm of the Lions season. It's one end of their game goes down one week, one end steps up the next week, having problems putting together an entire game.
Microcosm is a good football word.
Not in this studio.
No, we will preview the second half of our doubleheader, today's contest, coming up after this. Microscopic.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Excuse me, are you Santa Claus? If you are him, here's my list.
Help the Marines make Christmas possible for less fortunate children. Donate a new toy to Toys for Tots.
Yes, Santa Claus.
Please help your Northland Ford stores and the U.S. Marines give a less fortunate child a Merry Christmas. Simply drop off a new unwrapped toy before December 17th.
At Super America, you'll always save on quality gasolines for less, plus a whole lot more. And now, with every qualifying gasoline or Coca-Cola purchase, you'll get a free holiday coaster featuring the famous Coca-Cola Santa. Plus, for just $15.99, get this collector's edition holiday helicopter carrier that actually lights up and comes with a helicopter, too. A free holiday coaster and a collectible truck for just $15.99.
For the holidays, the convenience stores of Super America.
So the sales rep in Florida for the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company says he knew that they were targeting kids. And it was unethical, maybe even illegal. So this rep asked executive who they were targeting. You know, junior high school kids or younger. And the guy says, and I quote, "They got lips, we want them." Well, hey, read my lips.
Controversial gene research has led scientists to unlock the secrets of DNA. What they've discovered is something many of us have suspected all along. This is the mother of all trucks. Now get up to $2,000 cash allowance or low APR on Dodge Ram.
The Simpsons, weeknights at 5 and 5:30 on Fox 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, check it out, John. Back by popular demand. Check it out, John. Are they crazy? Once again. Oh, check it out, John. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out, John. Back by popular demand. Check it out, John. Are they crazy?
Back in Green Bay, 6-0 halftime lead for the Packers over the Detroit Lions. As we welcome you back, Kenny Albert, along with Tim Green. First time these teams met, Tim, we were there, October, Pontiac Silverdome. Packers committed 5 turnovers, yet they only lost by 7. Reverse situation here today as the Lions turned the ball over 3 times in the first half, yet they trail by only 6.
That's right. Remember, since the beginning of this game, we talked about how the Packers felt like this cold weather was going to be to their advantage. And we've seen how that has been to their advantage. We've seen some big plays for the Green Bay Packers on special teams. We've seen their players have surer footing than the Detroit Lions. We've seen guys there, you know, slipping and sliding. We've seen them fumbling the football. We've seen a lot of things go wrong because of this weather. But because of the Detroit defense, the Lions are still in this game, because as much as the Packers have been able to move the ball on the ground with a running game and a mixture of Brett Favre throwing downfield, anytime they get close to the red zone, all of a sudden that Detroit Lions defense comes alive.
And we saw 2 turnovers in the final minutes of the second quarter. The first was the fumble by the Lions, James Stewart.
And I think this kind of epitomizes how this game has gone so far. You know, James Stewart picks up the first down, but then gives it right back to the Green Bay Packers. And then you see one of the Lions, David Sloan, making what turns out to be a big play. Remember I said that could save him a touchdown? That could save him 7 points. Well, it was part of saving him 7 points. And then Darnell Walker makes a beautiful catch to seal it off.
Well, the weather has certainly been a factor, as you mentioned. 3 or 4 Lions have lost their footing. What do you look for in the second half?
Well, I look for Green Bay to keep doing what they've been doing. I think they've got 72 yards on the ground, and I think Ross Verba's had a really nice day at the guard position, and I look for them to continue to try to hang on to the football, keep it close, and you don't have to necessarily break one wide open on a day like today.
Well, both teams are still alive in the NFC playoff race. The Lions control their own destiny, while the Packers need to win all 3 games and need a lot of help from other clubs.
That's right. New York Giants looking good today right now, beating Pittsburgh. They'll seal up a playoff spot. And as you said, this is a must-win game for the Green Bay Packers at 6-7, and an important win for the Detroit Lions, because it will help them if they can win it, not only to control their own destiny, but it's a divisional game. And as you know, those are important in the tiebreakers.
And for the Packers and Brett Favre, They feel the key game was their loss, the Monday night game 2 weeks ago to the Carolina Panthers. Had they won that game and then beaten the Bears last Sunday night, they would have been 7-6 now, not 6-7. Right now they're hanging on, but by a fingernail.
And I think they felt that that was the only game this season where they really didn't come out ready to play. You know, Brett Favre said it sounded like it looked like a Wednesday practice. The intensity just wasn't there against the Carolina Panthers, and they wanted to try to recapture that today here on this cold weather where, you know, as Chris Collinsworth mentioned again during halftime, this guy is 25-0 at home in these kind of days.
Well, before we get started in the second half, let's head down to our Drew Smith, who's with Gary Moeller.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, you got to be happy only being down 6 points the way the offense have played in this first half.
Well, I'm not happy at all. I'm very happy about our defense. We got 3 groups out there, special teams, offense, and defense, and 2 of them stink. Our defense is the only thing that's playing, and we aren't fighting like a Detroit Lion should fight.
What kind of things do you need to do on offense to turn it around?
We just got to hang on to the damn ball and block some people.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Best of luck. Back up to you.
Well, you couldn't get much more honest than that.
Well, Gary Moeller certainly honest about his club's play in the first half, Tim.
Well, yeah. You got to like that. Oh, my gosh. But he's right. I mean, they got to hang on to the football, and they got to knock somebody over.
And Gary, after chatting with Drew a little late, heading back to the Lions sidelines, he missed the kickoff.
He was fired up.
He said, we have 3 areas, 2 of them stink. Well, now Charlie Batch will lead the Lions offense onto the field for the opening drive of the second half, trailing the Packers 6-0. Batch 6 of 9 in the first half, 63 yards. Lions start with 2 tight ends from the 31. Batch does a 360, and then his pass is batted down at the line by Vonnie Holliday.
That's a nice job by Holliday. And one thing you have to do as an offensive lineman, and Barrett Brooks is the guy blocking him, if you're going to run this kind of short pass, you got to knock that guy right in the gut. As soon as those hands start to go up, you got to punch to keep those arms pulled down so your quarterback can complete that pass.
2nd and 10 on the 31.
2nd and 10 from the 31. Here's Stewart with the fullback. Schlesinger leading the way. Biggest run of the day for James Stewart out to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 18.
I will tell you right now that that is the most intensity I've seen from that Detroit offensive line all game. So Gary Moeller's fired up speech must have worked. Watch how these guys come off the ball. Look at that blocking by Schlesinger, Compton, Semple. They open up a beautiful hole for James Stewart.
And with that run, Stewart has set a new career high for rushing yards in one season. Now has 942. From the 48, Stewart loses a yard on the play. Cledius Hunt and John Theory in on the tackle.
Hunt, that's not the first time we've mentioned his name today. He does a nice job of getting upfield. Hey, this is a one-gap defense. So if you're going to play in this defense, it's the most fun you can have as a defensive lineman, because you don't have to take on those big hogs face up. You know, you don't have to dance with them and move around. You can just get into a gap and head upfield.
Lions 3-1 under Gary Moeller. They were 5-4 under former head coach Bobby Ross. 3 wide receivers on second down. Batch takes off into Packers territory. Gains 3 yards, brought down by John Theory and Nate Wayne, so it will be 3rd down and 6.
Charlie Batch was very unhappy with Larry Foster, the rookie wide receiver. You could still see him telling what he should have done on that play instead of what he did do.
Vonnie Holliday is the injured Packer. Green Bay leading by 6.
Sign in for your...
Free to move about the country. Notice the stylization typical of neoclassic columns. Each of the capitals contains...
Is that real gold, Mr. Stern?
Nearly 11 pounds of gold leaf.
Next, please.
E-Trade Bank doesn't have expensive branches, so our Money Market Plus account pays you a higher rate than many CDs without tying up your money.
What more could you possibly want?
Get 6.25% APY. Call 888-609-BANK.
I used to believe in cellular, too. All that stuff about free long distance, it was mostly make-believe. But it's okay. It turns out real nationwide long distance does exist. We can call from anywhere to anywhere in the country, and there are no extra charges. And it's all digital, so it's clear.
Does Mom know?
Yeah, she knows.
Sprint PCS, 1,500 minutes with nationwide long distance for just $34.99.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular.
Back in Green Bay, Vonnie Holliday replaced by Kabir Banja-Biamila. 3rd down and 7 for the Lions from the Packers' 49-yard line. 3 wide receivers in the game. Patch looking on 3rd down. Incomplete off the fingertips of the rookie out of LSU, Larry Foster.
Green Bay Packers defense, which is really, under Ed Donatel, has become a blitzing aggressive defense this year. That time they rushed 3 and they dropped 8 guys into coverage. And so Charlie Batch is faced with a decision. He's got to make a pass, but it can't be a great pass. He's got to throw it a little bit behind his receiver because there's an underneath zone that he doesn't want to throw into.
Allen Rossum back at his own 10-yard line, lets it go, and it rolls towards the goal line. Did the Lions keep it out of the end zone? Looks like they did. Terrific job by the Lions special teams. Larry Foster downfield along with Barrett Green.
Wow.
Green knocked it back, so the Packers will start from their own 2.
Hey, what are you putting in over there?
DirecTV system.
Satellite, huh? I already got like 70 cable channels.
Well, this thing can get over 225 if you want them, all 100% digital quality.
It's on. It's on. It's unbelievable. I have a riding mower.
That's great, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
It is more than a trial by fire. It is a rite of passage. And if you can master your fear, outsmart your enemy, and never yield, even to yourself, you will be changed forever. The few, the proud, the Marines.
It's knowing unprecedented opportunities exist overseas. It's using a proven growth process driven by first-hand research. It's discovering companies with exceptional promise anywhere in the world. The American Century International Growth Fund. It's what we call American exploration. American Century Investments. Contact us or your investment professional.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Barrett Green ruled now to have been down in the end zone when he touched this ball. The official saying his shoulder was down, but I don't know. I mean, that looked to me on that replay like he was still in the air when he scooted that ball backwards to the 2-yard line.
So the initial ruling was that the Packers would start from the 2, but during the commercial,
by the kicking team.
Bob McElwee changed his mind.
The receivers get the ball, 1st and 10.
The officials changed the call, so the Packers gain 18 yards on the exchange and will start from the 20. Packers leading 6-0. Early 3rd quarter. Favre to the air on 1st down. The catch is made by Antonio Freeman for a Green Bay 1st down, a gain of 17 yards out to the 37-yard line.
And again, Kenny, we're watching the footing. I mean, this is just as soft for Antonio Freeman as it is for Campbell. But Freeman is able, it looks sure-footed. It looks like they're wearing different shoes. It's not the shoes, it's where you place your hips. You drop your hips, you lower your center, and that's what Brett Favre's been telling these guys all week long. Slow it down, lower your hips. You don't have to make the fast moves because the other team will slip.
Here's Green out to the 44-yard line. And Tim, remember, the tundra is not necessarily frozen. We were told yesterday there is an anti-freeze system about 12 inches underneath the playing surface, and they try and keep the temperature at field level at 55 degrees.
Right, there's a thermostat, not unlike the thermostat, you know, the furnace in your house, and anytime it drops below 55, that thing kicks on and it runs that antifreeze underneath the field.
Approximately 30 degrees here at Lambeau.
Warmed up a bit.
Favre pump fakes, spins away from Claiborne. Can't find anyone. Lost the football. Robert Porcher made contact with Favre. And the Lions, Stephen Boyd on the recovery.
I thought they were going to rule that an incomplete forward pass. Watch Brett Favre, and if it looks even close, yeah, they may rule that an incomplete forward pass because that ball was in his hand and his hand was coming forward. And that's something that the Packers are going to want to challenge.
Lions want to get this snap off quickly.
Yeah, but Packers should be challenging this. And I can't believe they didn't.
Lions should just snap the ball fast.
Yep.
Once it's snapped, Packers can't challenge. Batch off the play fake on 1st down. Finds his man down at the 37-yard line. The tight end Walter Rasby makes his 9th reception of the season for a gain of 13.
And I think what you just see here, this bootleg action from Charlie Batch, you're going to see more of. Because I think that enables Batch. He's got the legs. He's got the ability to throw on the run. So I think roll him out, get him away from that rush, and then use crossing patterns to try to open up what's been a very tough Green Bay secondary.
From the Packers 37. Batch complete. Herman Moore. Another Lions 1st down. Todd McBride made the tackle, a gain of 14 yards.
Boy, this is great mobility within the pocket by Charlie Batch. You're going to see the blitzer, the safety comes absolutely free on Batch. Now, instead of pulling it down and running, he just sidesteps, makes a move, and then finds his receiver in the vacant area.
From the Packers 23. Off the play fake. Batch on the quarterback draw, slides to the 13-yard line.
Was that a quarterback draw or a missed handoff?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, because, boy, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was a quarterback draw. I'll tell you one thing. You can sense the rhythm in this Detroit Lions offense that they have not had all game long. All of a sudden, you know, they have come out invigorated after halftime. And, you know, we heard from a very heated Gary Moeller, head coach. And they have definitely picked up the intensity.
I think Drew Smith's ears are still ringing following his halftime interview with Gary. Luther Ellis told us yesterday When Gary Moeller took over, he revived the team.
Right.
He's involved with every position.
Well, I think everyone had a lot of respect for Bobby Ross, but they also sensed that he was starting to get tired, and the position was wearing on him, and he was losing his own energy.
2nd and inches. James Stewart picks up the first down. Down to the Packers 11, a gain of 3.
When you think about the amount of mistakes that the Detroit Lions have had in this game so far with 3 turnovers, to be in a position now to be able to score and actually go ahead, it's a real testament to Moeller's defense.
First and 10 for the offense from the 11-yard line. The tight end Rasby shifting to the left. Off the play fake. Batch. It's Rasby. His second reception this drive. He fumbles out of bounds. Nate Wayne made the hit along with Leroy Butler. A gain of 2 on the play, so it will be 2nd and 8.
Now this is the same bootleg pass that we saw to Rasby a few plays ago, Kenny. The difference obviously is it's going to Charlie Batch's left instead of his right, and so it's a harder throw for him to make. I mean, there's the fake, there's the bootleg. Now he's got to pull, he's got to turn, set his feet, and then make that throw. And by the time he does that, Leroy Butler is all over Rasby.
2nd and 8. Batch, another quarterback draw. But this time, he's bent by Russell Maryland after a gain of just 1 yard.
That's a pretty tough play to call for with a quarterback who's got bad ribs. And watch Russell Maryland. He plays this thing perfectly. He comes right off of the double team, breaks right in the middle of it, and whap.
He split right through Tony Semple and Mike Compton.
May have come off that block a little early.
3rd down and 7 from the 8. Batch to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Jermaine Crowell. Mike McKenzie on the coverage, and now the Lions will be forced to settle for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, Mike McKenzie gets outstanding position here. He stays right with Crowell. And I think Charlie Batch saw that kind of coverage and said, all right, I'm going to throw this thing high, so if anybody's going to catch it, it's going to be Crowell, and we're not going to have what we had the last time we were down here, which was a Green Bay interception. No points for Detroit.
26-yard attempt for Jason Hansen. John Jett is the holder. Hansen from 26, straight through. So the Lions are on the scoreboard for the first time. They now trail the Packers 6-3.
He's a powerful man, a rich man, a single man. But fate,
Probably gonna want to buckle up, Jack,
is about to show him the man he could have been.
Come on, Dad, get up.
What's happening to me?
This is a glimpse.
How did I get here?
This isn't my house.
You're not my wife.
What? Nicolas Cage,
I'm not a dad.
the family man.
I'm in the middle of a deal.
Well, you're working on a new deal now, baby.
Rated PG-13 at theaters December 22nd.
I love this thing. I can wash it out.
After his girlfriend gave him a Norelco Quadra action, no one could escape Phil's enthusiasm.
Here, give it a feel.
The Norelco Quadra action has satisfied 99% of the guys who've tried it. Norelco, put it to the test.
Pizza Hut has put cheese inside the very crust itself. The Insider Pizza, just $9.99. More cheese on the inside and now more toppings on the outside. For $2 more, you can get the Insider any way you want it, including meat lovers and Supreme. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut.
Our company needed managed internet solutions. PSINet delivered.
We needed managed web hosting. PSINet fit the bill.
I wanted multi-currency e-commerce. PSINet was there in over 160 currencies.
We needed transaction solutions. PSINet executed the specifications on time.
Simply put, I needed everything, and PSINet gave it to me.
Your business internet opportunity is knocking. Open the door. Call or contact us today.
Fox and David E. Kelly bring you the perfect holiday gift.
2 hours of unforgettable television. Boston Public and Ally McBeal.
I said it would be okay if she came to the party. Is it okay?
Sure. All new holiday episodes starting at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
Coming up next, it's the second part of our Fox NFL doubleheader as the Minnesota Vikings take on the St. Louis Rams, plus other regional action. Coming up next, right here on Fox. Bonus coverage for those of you watching in Green Bay. You will see the Rams and the Vikings following this game. Allen Rawson on the return. Rawson all the way up to the 39-yard line before he was tackled by Barrett Green. A return of 28 yards. Packers football when we come back.
She will always remember Christmas 2000. How is up to you. A diamond is forever.
Ed, how do you intimidate another player?
for everyone.
All of Whoville was singing with no gifts to show. And the Grinch stood there puzzled. How could it be so? Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe the holidays don't come from a store. Maybe the holidays mean just a little bit more.
Just in case we're wrong, a slew of lucky people will get all their Visa holiday purchases free, because Visa and the Grinch are getting back the holidays. From November through December, it all can be free, because Visa is everywhere you want to be.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. By De Beers, the world's diamond expert since 1888. By Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. And by PlayStation 2.
Back in Green Bay with the Packers leading the Lions 6-3. There's wide receivers coach Ray Sherman,
who's in contention for Georgia's University of Georgia head coach position. One of the people being considered for that job.
Pass intended for Antonio Freeman. Terry Fair on the coverage. Ray, a former assistant coach under Vince Dooley at the University of Georgia.
Yeah, and Vince Dooley will be probably making that decision.
And Ray, last year, the offensive coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings, previously the offensive coordinator at Pittsburgh.
On the coaching staff in Atlanta at one time. I played under Ray. Excellent guy, well respected, well liked by everyone. We certainly wish him luck with the Georgia job.
2nd and 10. Favre incomplete this time. He was looking for Bill Schrader. We know where to find James Brown. He's in Los Angeles. JB.
Hey, Kenny and Tim and Donovan McNabb knows where to find his receivers. Boy, is he improving or what. He's thrown for over 300 yards in this game. He's tied a career high with 3 touches. And, of course, Philadelphia is in the playoffs with the victory. They're up by 14 in the 3rd. Kenny and Tim.
JB, thank you. And you are absolutely right. I mean, McNabb has just gotten better and better every game this season, and the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles are in the position they're in has got to belong mostly to him.
Favre airing it out. Antonio Freeman could not make the catch. Double coverage on the play. Would have been a spectacular catch by Freeman.
Freeman was well covered by Lamar Campbell, and then there was more coverage over the top by Kywin Supernaw. Well, what a well-thrown ball by Brett Favre. Here's the coverage right here. Favre puts it in the only spot that he could and not have an interception.
Josh Bidwell's punt is fielded by Desmond Howard at the 15-yard line, dives forward to the 23. An 8-yard return following a 46-yard punt by Bidwell.
Sleeping bag for his first sleepover, $40. Backpack, $18.
Sorry about that. Hey, buddy, you couldn't sleep, huh?
Walkie-talkies, $25. Going home, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Win a house in our Home for the Holidays sweepstakes. Go to MasterCard.com.
Can you see what's so special about the new Braun Synchro? It's the first shaver whose head moves from side to side, so it captures more hair and cuts closer. Only it moves so fast you can't see it, but you can hear it. And to keep it feeling like a new shaver every day, here's how to clean it.
What kind of a company are we? We're a small-town banker helping a farmer, a capitalist on Wall Street growing companies, a financial advisor planning a future. You'll find us from Florida to Silicon Valley to Singapore, and just down the street from your home. We're First Union, one of America's largest and best financial institutions, helping our neighbors in every way we can.
Magic's greatest secrets are exposed.
I'm receiving a drink order. A, B...
Here, yes. How did you know?
The Simpsons, all new 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Tim, Fox tonight on an all-new X-Files. How do you stop a murder that's already happened? Well, join Special Agents Scully and Doggett in an all-new episode of the X-Files tonight at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
You got to go back in time.
I know in some of your books you're able to do that.
No, nobody ever goes back in time.
No?
No, they're very reality-based. The reality here is we got a close game, despite the low scoring.
Lions trailing by 3. Change of direction. James Stewart forced out of bounds at the 30 after a gain of 7 by Antoine Edwards.
That's nice. And, you know, I think James Stewart on that run there, that kind of epitomizes the energy that we've seen from this Detroit offense. 14 yards from this group in the first quarter, and well over 10 times that since. Watch Stewart here. He comes, he sees that he's got nowhere to go. He breaks 1, 2 tackles to make this a nice game.
56 yards on the ground for Stewart. 2nd and 3. As Stewart adds to those totals, close to the first down. Isle Diggs made the stop.
The Lions have the luxury right now of being able to keep James Stewart in this game, keep that ball on the ground, because, again, they're only 3 points down, despite all the problems they had, despite the ineffectiveness, especially in the first quarter of their offense. This is still a very close game. And, again, hey, this team is in control of its own destiny. If they win out, they are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs.
John Theory is the injured Packer with 6:11 remaining in the third quarter. Green Bay leading by a field goal.
Mr. Roberts called and wanted to take money out of his account.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I am ready to trade online.
No, I said, you know, we can do that for you.
Wait a minute, Fidelity? Trading? You mean brokerage?
I told him, sure, just go to PowerStreet@Fidelity.com.
Fidelity.com, the site ranked highest in investor satisfaction by J.D. Power & Associates.
Sounds like everything I've been looking for.
Oh, and one more thing. When you're ready to try wireless trading, you let us know.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
John Theory will sit out of play following the injury. 3rd down and 1 for the Lions. They're 1 of 8 today on 3rd down. Make it 2 of 9 as Stewart gains 3 yards. And Lions move the chains.
And that lead play is exactly what they've done on 3rd and 1. And it's been successful. And the only other time they ran it where it wasn't successful, they got the yardage, but then Stewart fumbled the football. But Packers' Niall Diggs returned it almost for a touchdown, but then David Sloan saved it, and a Darnell Walker interception right before halftime kept this game close.
Lions 3 turnovers. Packers have turned the ball over twice. Batch out of the shotgun, empty backfield with 4 wide receivers. And the quick slant is caught by Stewart, who was lined up as a wideout. Nate Wayne forced him out of bounds as we send it out west to James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, Miami wants it badly. This 1-yard touchdown run by Lamar Smith, his 11th rushing touchdown of the season. Miami has outscored their opponents 80-3 in the third quarter. A victory, they're in the playoffs. They're up by 3. 3:08 left in the third. Kenny and Tim.
Thanks, JB. So a big game down in Florida. Dolphins leading the Bucs by 3. Second down and 8. Stewart up the middle. Met first by Bernardo Harris, the middle linebacker. No gain on the play.
That was nice recovery by Bernardo Harris on the draw. You know, the Lions give him the pass look, but he doesn't go for it at all. He kind of just drifted right into the hole to make that tackle. So here, see the offensive linemen, they set up and give it the pass look.
Now third down and 8. 3 wide receivers set. Lions from their own 37-yard line. Incomplete. And was it picked off? Darren Sharper. Another Lions turnover. Their 4th of the game. Off the fingertips of Mario Bates. And Darren Sharper comes up with his league-leading 8th interception of the season.
And this one was like a Christmas gift. Charlie Batch put that ball right in Mario Bates' hands. And look, watch Bates. It almost looks like he laterals this thing to Sharper. Look at that. Right through his hands, right through his arms. Did not catch the ball with his hands. Watch it. He lets that thing get right on his body.
Lions are going to challenge.
Slides right through.
That ball may have bounced. It may have hit the ground in front of Sharper, and the Lions will challenge. Green Bay tried to hurry the snap. I was not sure initially if Sharper made the catch cleanly, and as we saw it on the replay, it may have bounced, may have hit the ground. Gary Moeller wants to challenge. He threw the red flag onto the field.
Detroit is challenging the ruling on the field that it is an interception.
Wait, from that view, it looks like an interception. It looked good from that.
Now, again, there must be indisputable visual evidence.
Yeah, I think that play is going to stand, Kenny.
36. 38. You're the lucky winner of a year's supply of Plymouth Buckle, the official bucklers of Lambeau.
So referee Bob McElwee taking a couple of looks at the play. This is the second Lions challenge of the game, so they do not have any challenges remaining. Whether they win or lose this one.
I certainly think, Kenny, if the Packers don't prevail today, that, you know, Mike Sherman is going to experience some criticism for not challenging the Brett Favre fumble, which led to the Lions' first field goal, first and only score of the day.
Yeah, I was surprised the Packers did not challenge that one.
You know, so far from every viewpoint we've seen, there's been nothing that would overturn that decision and that call on the field.
It was close, but I agree with you. It looks like Sharper made the catch. If it stands, it will be the 4th Lions turnover. Darren Sharper in his 4th year out of William & Mary. If it stands, it will be his league-leading 8th pick of the season. Bob McElwee taking the allotted 90 seconds to check out the replays. Rex Stewart, the replay official. Mike Wimmer, the video operator upstairs. They've had a busy afternoon. And it looks like Bob McElwee has reached his decision.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is an interception. First down, Green Bay.
So there was not enough visual evidence to suggest that the ball hit the ground. Sharper with the interception. And for the fourth time today, Tim, the Packers will begin a drive in Lions territory. Sharper has moved one ahead of the injured Kurt Schultz of the Lions and Samari Rolle of the Tennessee Titans. First and 10 from the Lions 43. Favre on first down, a diving attempt by Bill Schrader.
You know, Bill Schrader has really emerged over the last couple of weeks as the Packers' most consistent downfield receiver. He's got everything you could ask for. He's got size, he's got speed. And again, over the past couple of weeks, these are the kinds of catches that Bill Schrader has made, the spectacular ones.
20 receptions the last 3 games, none so far today for Schrader.
You know, I was talking with Ray Sherman right before the game, the wide receivers coach, and he said, you know, I've told Schrader, you can do anything you want to in this league. He has all the physical tools anyone could ask for.
Off the play fake, Favre looking for Freeman, incomplete. 5 consecutive incompletions thrown by Brett Favre.
I think it was nice coverage by the Lions cornerback Terry Fair. Watch Fair. He gets nice position, and he forces Brett Favre to throw that thing just a little bit too far. You know, I'm sure that in Brett Favre's mind is the last game against the Lions where he was responsible for 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and certainly that cost the Packers that first game. So you see today, not a high completion percentage, but only the 1 interception.
Favre on 3rd and 10, lobs it for a first down. First catch of the game for the rookie tight end, Bubba Franks. Good patience by Favre, and then Franks became open downfield.
And this is the kind of play that you come to expect from Brett Favre on Lambeau Field on a cold day late in the season. Nice pressure by the Detroit defense. They force him out of the pocket. They're chasing him down. And you know, Favre, it wasn't great yesterday when he said, hey, I throw the ball ugly. Yeah, I don't set my feet, but I've completed enough passes so that I don't want somebody telling me how to throw the football.
A 3-time MVP of the National Football League. Gain of 25 yards from Favre to Franks on 3rd and 10. Now first down from the 18. Favre looking end zone. Looking for Ahman Green. It was broken up by Alan Aldridge.
Well, Aldridge had great coverage on Ahman Green, but I think Green also lost that ball in the sun. Because Aldridge, you're going to see him right here, has really excellent positioning on Ahman Green. Brett Favre throws that thing back to the inside. You can see when he spins around, looking directly into the sunlight.
4 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. Here's Green. Works his way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4. So 3rd and 6. Coming up for the Packers, who lead by just 3, despite 4 Lions turnovers in today's game.
And again, for this Detroit Lions defense, Kenny, which has held strong so well all day, especially in the red zone, this is an important series right here. This is an important play. You want to force them to kick another field goal, and even if they do, you're still only down by a touchdown.
2 field goals, 1 interception in the red zone today. Favre's pass is caught by Antonio Freeman.
I think that's going to be
the
a first down
marker.
Yeah, I think it will be.
If it's not, the fans are calling for the Packers to go for it on 4th down. The officials debating the spot of the football. Freeman, the first Packer to slip today, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. He breaks to the inside and then comes back out.
It is a first down. 1st and goal for the Packers on Freeman's 4th catch of the day. Favre has thrown 11 passes Freeman's way. He's caught 4. 1st and goal from the 8. Here's Green. Green slips after a gain of just 1.
Well, after pretty sure footing most of the day, we've seen 2 slips in a row by the Packers. And again, did you see him fake that reverse to Antonio Freeman? I think they're setting that up. And it wouldn't surprise me at all to see them actually hand it off on the reverse. Watch Freeman right here at the top of the screen. So the handoff is to Amon Green, but the coach is upstairs watching Tracy Scroggins, the defensive end for the Detroit Lions, whose responsibility is that reverse. And as soon as Scroggins starts to bite down on that inside run, that's when they'll run it out.
Empty backfield, 2nd and goal. Favre rolling right, throwing corner of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Bubba Franks.
Boy, Franks was absolutely wide open, and that's one that Favre has got to be disappointed with. You know, there's a pass right there where he's throwing that off balance and off center. There's Franks right there. Favre just overthrows it.
3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Favre towards the back of the end zone, incomplete. This time the intended receiver was Bill Schrader, and again the Packers will be held to a field goal attempt.
But again, it really is the effort of the Detroit Lions defense on this play here. I mean, Favre's got pressure, the pocket is collapsing, and then he wants to throw it to the back of the end zone, but the coverage is there.
Ryan Longwell, 2 of 3 in the first half. This a 26-yard attempt. Longwell hits his 3rd field goal today, and the Packers are back up by 6.
A savage wilderness, 4 hungry adventurers, and 1 Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. Who will get there first?
That sandwich is mine. I'll be eating spicy chicken by sundown.
It's Wendy's delicious whole breast filet with a fiery blend of pepper and spices.
Temperature's rising.
It satisfies that crave for something hot.
This is it. I know where it is. It's gone. Somebody else is here. I got hungry.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. Find it.
And now, for every girl and boy, in each Wendy's kids meal, there's a cool Grinch toy.
There's Larry Peccatello, the Lions defensive coordinator, who was the only other man interviewed for the Packers head coaching job. Packers interviewed Peccatello and Mike Sherman. They had other interviews lined up, but they decided to go with Sherman.
Well, his group has certainly kept the Lions in this contest today. And you see him talking to Kywin Supernah, who was the guy with that underneath coverage that forced Brett Favre to throw that ball so high on that last pass. You know, Desmond Howard has been well contained today by the Green Bay Packers special teams.
They did a good job on Howard the first time they met as well. Howard, the MVP of Super Bowl 31 with the Packers. He returned to kickoff 99 yards for a touchdown against the New England Patriots. Howard averaging under 18 yards per kickoff return today for the season, averaging 25 yards per return. Howard from the 7. Tackled at the 25-yard line by Chris Gizzi. So again, the Packers hold Howard under his season average. America's favorite pregame show heads overseas for 2 days of analysis and adventure aboard the world's most advanced super cruiser. The crew of the USS Harry S. Truman welcomes the pregame gang for a full weekend of hijinks on the high seas. The voyage sets sail this Saturday at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, and continues on Sunday as the Packers trainers tend to the injured special teams star Matt Snyder.
Well, what do you mean by hijinks? You mean like short sheeting Howie's bed, or?
You never know with Howie and Terry and Chris and JB. Never know what might happen on the high seas.
Wouldn't you love to go on that trip with those guys?
Might not get much sleep.
No, but it'd be a lot of fun.
So they are heading overseas for the pregame shows next Saturday and Sunday. There's Frank Novak, the Packers special teams coach. His unit has done a nice job bottling up Desmond Howard this afternoon. Matt Snyder is a backup fullback, second year out of Richmond. Snyder helped off. 35 seconds remaining, third quarter. Packers leading, Tim, 9-3.
Go back to that pregame show next week on the aircraft carrier. I guess Chris Collinsworth goes up in one of those, what do they have now? F-19s or F whatever jets, and pulls some G's, and
a lot of letters and numbers.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I think the initial thought was to send up Howie or Terry, but they were too big.
Yeah.
So Chris took on the assignment. 35 seconds remaining, third quarter from Lambeau Field. All field goals, Packers with a 9-3 lead. Lions start from their own 26-yard line. Charlie Batch off the play fake to James Stewart, airing it out. Intended for Johnny Morton. Mike McKenzie with the coverage. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Lions.
Well, Kenny, despite the fact, again, that Detroit's numerous mistakes today, numerous turnovers, they're one big play away. They're one big play away from recapturing a lead, which they have not had the entire day.
Play action to Stewart.
Great protection.
Can't find anyone downfield. He was under pressure from Niall Diggs.
Well, Charlie Batch robbed Niall Diggs of a sack right there. He's outside the pocket, tight end to tight end position, so all Charlie Batch has to do once he's out of that pocket is throw the ball at or near the line of scrimmage, and he can dump it off like this without giving up a quarterback sack. Nice protection by the Lions offensive line on that play. Batch had all the time in the world. I'll tell you what he has not had today, Kenny, is a lot of open receivers downfield. I think the Green Bay secondary, when they break down the film next week, if they're successful in this game, they're going to say, hey, our secondary really answered the call against some really good wide receivers from Detroit.
3rd and 10. Batch to Morton. He makes the catch for a Lions first down. Up at the 47-yard line, a gain of 22 yards.
You know, the Packers on that play, again, they're dropping into these zones, and Darren Sharper, who's had a fine day, leads the NFL in interception, just doesn't get enough depth in his zone. Morton's going to make the break to the outside here. And see Sharper right here? There's Sharper. He needs to get a lot more depth because Morton was wide open on that play.
Well, the third quarter has come to an end here in Green Bay. Packers leading the Lions 9-3.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
By the time you're an adult, you know there should be a difference between a salad and a sub. So Arby's Philly Beef and Swiss is what you're looking for. Unlike what you find at those so-called sub places, it's not full of lettuce. It's jam-packed with slow-roasted beef, sautéed onions, peppers, mild Swiss, and creamy Parmesan. A great blend of flavors that adults prefer. So why settle for ordinary when you can have the Philly Beef and Swiss only at Arby's, now that your tastes have grown up?
Open your garage from the warmth of your car with Chamberlain from Menards. This half-horsepower model is on sale $139. Plus, get up to a $40 rebate when buying an opener and 2 accessories. Ryobi power tools make great gifts. This palm sander is on sale $19.99 after $5 rebate. A 7.2-volt cordless drill is $29.99 after rebate. Plus, shop now and don't pay till spring, only at Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Where will the next 24 months take you? Well, right now, you can get into an aggressively restyled 2001 Explorer Sport with a 205 horsepower V6, CD player, and switch-on 4-wheel drive to take you virtually anywhere. And for a limited time, you can lease the 2001 Explorer Sport for just $289 a month for 24 months. Ford Explorer Sport. The journey begins at your Northland Ford store.
Kramer on Seinfeld. Weeknights at 6 on Fox 29.
A huge fourth quarter coming up for both teams. Lions still control their own destiny, but if they lose today, they will not.
Well, and I think that if they lose today, they're going to lose because they're really not worthy of winning. And I don't even know about going to the playoffs because they have got to be more potent on offense. And we haven't seen it so far. We've seen flashes of it, especially in this second half. But what the Lions have got to do, they've got to come up with some big plays, throwing the football downfield.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line with 3 wide receivers in the game. The handoff to Stewart, and he's met in the backfield by Russell Maryland. No gain on the play. Good job by the 10-year veteran.
Russell Maryland isn't a guy whose name you hear a lot unless you're around the locker room. The Packers locker room, these guys love Russell Maryland. The coaches love him because they say, look, he's not a vocal guy, but what he does, he leads by example. He comes to work every day. He outworks, he out-hustles, he plays with pain, he does all those intangibles, and he's the anchor of that defensive line.
He also owns 3 Super Bowl rings. Off the play fake, Batch slipped, keeps his footing, and then throws it out of bounds.
Well, Batch slips because the Green Bay Packers front gets some nice pressure. They collapse that pocket, and they force Charlie Batch to move around to avoid their rush. There's Antoine Edwards coming on the blitz. There's Russell Maryland, who's right in the center of it all. Now the Lions are in another 3rd down situation. Of the 11 they've had so far today, they've only converted 3. Packers have not blitzed a lot on defense today. Here comes one.
Here comes Sharper. Batch's pass intercepted by Antoine Edwards. Penalty markers after the interception. Perhaps a face mask on Jermaine Crowell.
Holding, number 62, offense.
Tony Semple, the left guard, called for holding. Multiple markers on the field.
Well, Kenny, again, we see Charlie Batch scrambling to avoid a Packers rush.
We have holding, 2 fouls against Detroit. Holding, offense. Personal foul, major face mask on the tackle after the
So it was a face mask.
Number 82.
Called on Crowell.
That'll be 15
He grabbed hold of the face mask of Antoine Edwards, who comes up with his 2nd interception of the season. The 5th takeaway by the Packers today.
Today we're talking about desktops. This is the IBM NetVista X40. It's all in one. It takes up 75% less space than other desktops. It's got an Intel Pentium 3 processor. It's very cool. This is a desktop from another company. It's big, and it's big. If you want the NetVista, go to IBM.com and buy it direct. If you want the big one, go somewhere else. And if you buy a Net Vista now, you get a free printer. Like you need one more reason.
The newly restyled Toyota 4Runner can take you places other vehicles can't, which could necessitate bringing along some additional equipment.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota SUVs, taking you there and back. By IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. By Gap, holiday is here. And by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Back in Green Bay following the Lions' season-high 5th turnover, the interception by Antoine Edwards. Packers take over at midfield on 1st and 10. Here's Green, breaks one tackle. Claiborne thought he had him wrapped up. After the good second effort, Amon Green gained 7 yards.
Hey, Kenny, the reason they got this ball back, watch Kabir Baja-Biamila. Watch him come on this pass rush right here. And he blows right through the double team, right through Tony Semple, and he forces Charlie Batch up into the pocket. But you're going to see how poor a decision Batch makes on this play. Watch the coverage right there. He throws this, I mean, there's no way Jermaine Crowell can make that catch. Antoine Edwards is sitting there right underneath the receiver.
5 Lions turnovers. Packers turned it over 5 times in their first meeting. Favre airing it out, looking for Schrader. And what a play by Lamar Campbell. It looked as if Schrader had him by a couple of steps, but Campbell breaks up the pass as we send you to Los Angeles and James Brown.
To take a look at this pass from Sean King of Tampa Bay, hooking up with Warwick Dunn, a 45-yard pass play that led to a field goal by Grammatica. Grammatica hit a second field goal, and it is now 16-13 Tampa Bay with 8:01 left in the fourth. Back to Kenny and Tim.
Of course, Kenny, Tampa Bay's victory, if they do get one today, makes it even more important for the Detroit Lions to somehow pull this game out.
Both teams 8-5.
Certainly in the NFL, don't expect to win a game when you turn the ball over 5 times.
Favre out of the shotgun on 3rd and 4. And the pass is caught by Schrader. His first catch of the game. Packers first down. An 18-yard pickup down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, Brett Favre does a great job remaining calm under fire. There's pressure by Luther Ellis in his face. You're going to see Darnell Walker gets tripped by his own guy there, Kywin Supernaw, and leaves Schrader wide open.
His first catch today, his 53rd of the season. Favre now 12 of 30 for 131 yards. Schrader in motion. The delayed handoff to Green. And he's tackled for a loss of a yard by Kywin Supernaw.
Again, Kenny, this is where the Detroit Lions defense has been at its absolute best.
They've held the Packers to just 3 field goals. Packers have started 4 drives in Detroit territory, and they've scored just 6 points on those 4 drives. This one started at midfield. On 2nd and long, Favre's pass intended for Schrader. Incomplete.
Well, they may win this game today, and it may up Brett Favre's record to 26-0 in these cold weather home games, but I don't think he's going to be overjoyed with the accuracy of his own passes today. Schrader was open on that one, and it was just a little off. We saw Schrader open on a go route down the sideline. It was just a little off, and I can hear Brett Favre, what he would say to me. If he were here listening, he'd say, how many go routes have you thrown? Right?
But his team still has the lead, 9-3. Play clock winding down. Incomplete again.
Yeah, there it is
looking
again.
For Schrader.
And Schrader again open on that play. And Brett Favre just a little bit off in his timing on the pass pattern. Watch Schrader. He's going to come up again. He's going to get into the soft spot of the zone. Makes the break to the out. Clearly open, but overthrown again by Favre.
So Ryan Longwell, who has hit 3 of 4 today, will attempt a 45-yard field goal. He missed from 45 in the first half. This time, Longwell knocks it through. His 4th field goal of the afternoon. He extends the Packers' lead to 9.
3, 1, 2, 3, go!
E² from Energizer. A whole new battery with a heart of titanium that lets you take power to the next level.
Hey guys, you give me a hand carrying this stuff up to the 3rd floor?
Love to, but we're late for this thing.
Yeah, sorry. That's cool. You know, those stairs are kind of tricky.
Yeah. Oh, I got this. That's it. Mind if we help ourselves to some of your underwear?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
I don't need you guys to help me unpack.
Make it a Bud Light. You work in remote places. Your cell phone doesn't. Global Star. Call 877-SAT-PHONE today.
I am the RTX rotary tool. I have absolute power. I am tough when I need to be, delicate when I want to be, for I am the world's most powerful rotary tool. I am the RTX. I am built by Black & Decker.
A man receives a terrifying vision.
John, I need your help. I think he's going to be murdered inside of 2 hours.
Now, Scully and Doggett are his only hope.
Let's say that all this is true.
I can save Vicky. Pick up the phone!
The X-Files, all new at 9, 8 Central tonight on Fox.
Packers leading the Lions 12-3. 11:49 remaining in the 4th quarter. Kenny Albert with Tim Green from Lambeau Field. Longwell's kick is taken by Desmond Howard at the 13-yard line. Howard out across the 40 to the 45. Hey! A 33-yard return. Howard's longest return of the day. As the Detroit Lions, who trail here by 9, looking for their first win in Wisconsin since 1991. Winless on the road, both in Green Bay and Milwaukee against the Packers in the last 9 games. They have not won a road game against the Pack since 91.
They have not done much on their offense today to merit winning so far. Not much on the ground and not much in the air, besides turnovers.
Here's James Stewart on first down, gains 2 yards up to the 47. Darren Sharper, first Packer in on the tackle.
Well, I got to tell you, so far today, we have seen the Packers defense and Ed Donatel refuse to give the running game to the Detroit Lions. Anytime the Lions start to get something going on the ground, you see Sharper or you see Leroy Butler right up there on the line of scrimmage, so they outman them with an 8-man front. And if the Lions are going to win, and again, it goes back to the playoffs. If they're going to be in the playoffs, they got to be able to complete those passes downfield to their big wide receivers.
2nd and 8. Foster in motion. Batch.
Good.
To Stewart. Into Packers territory. Has the first down, cut down by Darren Sharper after a gain of 10 yards.
And outstanding blocking out front by Compton and Semple, the Lions center and left guard. Watch, here's Compton right there, 77. Watch him. He gets a guy, and Semple, 62, get a guy. So 2 blocks downfield that spring Stewart for that first down.
Three wide receivers in the game from the Packers 43. Off the play fake. Batch with time looking for Crowell.
That's it.
What a catch. A spectacular catch by Jermaine Crowell inside the 5.
That's what the Detroit Lions needed, and that's what the Detroit Lions are capable of when they're at their best. Crowell just coming back off of his injury. Watch him break to the middle of the field here. He's well covered. I mean, Leroy Butler and Todd McBride both have good position on him. But Charlie Batch puts this ball up for grabs and says, all right, somebody has to make a big play. And you see Crowell go up and attack the football and then bring it down.
A gain of 39 yards. His previous reception was for 34 yards. First and goal from the Green Bay 4. 2 tight ends. Stewart. And he was wrapped up by Cledius Hunt. A gain of just 1 yard. So it will be 2nd and goal for the Lions, who have silenced the crowd following the 39-yard pass play from Charlie Batch to Jermaine Crowell, who led the Lions in receiving last year, missed the last 7 games with a fractured foot.
And I think Cledius Hunt has done a lot to undermine. We've talked about how whenever the Lions get something going on the ground, it seems like Cledius Hunt slips through the line of scrimmage and makes a play in the backfield.
Again, 2 tight ends. Off the fake to Stewart. Batch looking for the end zone.
Oh, nice
tackle. And he stopped just short.
Nice tackle by Sharper. And anyone who's been following Charlie Batch and the problems with his ribs, that makes you wince. Here it is. It's that bootleg action again. Nice coverage by the Green Bay Packers defense. Batch has got no receiver to throw to in the end zone. And when he tries to run it in, Sharper comes up and makes an outstanding open field tackle.
3rd and goal. Line of scrimmage inside the 1.
I think they stopped him.
I think you're right.
When you're a defensive player and you play in that pit and it's cold and it's December and a playoff hope is on the line and you control this area, that's like scoring a touchdown. And the Green Bay Packers front, they controlled that area.
Lions will go for it. 4th and goal. James Stewart over the top and in for the touchdown. On 4th and goal. Stewart's 10th touchdown of the season, the first touchdown of today's game for either club.
And you know what I think is important about this play? They go right behind Stocker McDougal, their first-round rookie, who's ready to tackle. You see him right there, right at the bottom of the pile. And McDougal is a big enough and strong enough guy to get some surge and to enable Stewart to leap up and over and into the end zone. There's McDougal right there.
Jason Hansen for the point after. The Lions pull within 2. Stewart's 7th fourth-quarter touchdown. It's now 12-10 Packers.
He's He's always hustling you out of your RX. Fine. Then he can just schlep 3 kids and a dog. What? You're out in the rain with no vehicle skid control so he can impress his fancy clients with his 6-disc CD Lexus premium sound system? Does this man care for you at all? Tell him to use that Lexus DVD navigation system he loves so much to find himself a Lexus dealer. He can buy his own RX 300. He knows how reasonable it is. Whew. I gotta cut back on those double espressos.
So we'll get like them. Miracles really do happen.
Looks like someone's gonna have a very happy holiday.
Yep.
We got to target a new online customer. Consumers who never change their minds and choose gifts with 100% accuracy.
So there's no returns.
Bingo. I call them laser beamers.
And exactly how many of these laser beamers have you found?
4. But that's just in the U.S.
E-returns are inevitable. Now UPS has automated the process, making it quicker and easier, so we can help change merchandise as fast as people change their minds. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Will Hyde confess his romantic feelings for Jackie?
Let it all out.
Okay. And all new That 70s Show at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Fox Tuesday, catch an all-new episode of James Cameron's Dark Angel, nominated for 2 People's Choice Awards, including Favorite Actress in a New TV Series, Jessica Alba. That's Dark Angel, Tuesday at 9, 8 Central on Fox. Packers leading 12-10. Hanson's kickoff is fielded by Rossum at the 6-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 21, 15-yard return. Barrett Green forced him out. Packers with a 2-point lead. Brett Favre in his career 57-11 in home games, trailing only, who's this guy?
Terry Bradshaw.
In career winning percentage.
Look at that. And right behind the Brett Favre at 838, and then Roger Staubach. How about this guy, John Elway? Favre certainly up there with the all-time greats at that position.
57-11 at home, including 9-0 against the Detroit Lions.
Numbers today, though, not very good at all. 12 out of 32 with 1 interception and no touchdown.
Favre on first down to a wide-open Antonio Freeman. Freeman's 5th catch of the day for a gain of 29.
Oh, here's the real beauty of Brett Favre on this play. Did you see that? I mean, what the pocket opens up, he sees a lane, and he's running, and he just, it looks like almost effortlessly guns that ball downfield to a wide-open Antonio Freeman. Watch him here on the move. See that? See his feet up in the air? He's jumping up. He's leaping. He delivered that ball perfectly.
From the 49, Packers look to run some clock as Green gains 2 into Lions territory. Chris Claiborne made the tackle.
Second and 49.
Green getting de-turfed by Brett Favre.
D-100.
The D-100. Certainly not frozen down there.
No. It was pretty frozen here in Green Bay this morning. Temperatures have not gone down as low as we had expected. Favre to Green. He fumbles. Nope.
No
incomplete. Incomplete pass. Green never had control. Fortunately for the Packers.
All remains on the 49.
Well, this has been a game of turnovers. 5 for the Detroit Lions, 2 for the Green Bay Packers, and almost a third here. And that was clearly a ball that wasn't caught by Ahman Green. Green again, I mean, he has added so much value to himself by filling in for Dorsey Levens, not just as a runner, but remember, this is a West Coast offense. So if you're going to be a running back in this kind of system, you've got to be able to catch the ball and then run after it. Green does that.
Big play here for the Lions defense. 3rd and 8. Favre looking for Schrader. He makes Favre hit Schrader for a gain of 45 yards.
Schrader makes the catch, and Brett Favre makes the throw. Watch Schrader get right between defenders. It's a zone. There's the underneath, and there's the over the top. Schrader looks to the outside, turns back to the inside, and there is the ball, thrown perfectly by Favre.
Only the second catch of the day by Schrader, but it's a big one.
A lot of those passes thrown to Schrader were off the mark. All of a sudden, late in this game, Favre is eating up.
On 1st and goal, Green gains 1 yard, down to the Lions 3. 5 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Let's take another look.
Well, this is the area, Kenny, where the Detroit Lions defense has really done extremely well all day in the red zone. They've held the Packers to 4 field goals. And if they do it again, hey, the way the Lions offense came out just a few minutes ago with Batch throwing downfield to Crowell and then pounding it in, if they hold them to another field goal, I'm sure the confidence level of the Lions is going to stay high.
On 2nd and goal, Favre to Green, and it's a touchdown for the Packers. Ahman Green, the Packers' leading receiver this season. It's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year.
And Kenny, we've seen this play all day. Just a little outcut by the running back, Ahman Green. He does a nice job running through Lamar Campbell's tackle and then lifting that ball and just pushing it over the plane of the end zone.
Longwell for the point after. The Packers lead is now 9 with 4 minutes 25 seconds remaining. 19-10 Green Bay.
$1 billion. That's how much Oracle saved in 1 year using its own e-business software. How much will you save? Oracle. Software powers the internet.
Hey, what's going on here? Hey, down in front! Check out this wasted!
Introducing our classic Subway steak and cheese sandwich with new Southwest sauce. It's one of 4 unique sauces at Subway. Come and get them. Yeehaw! Subway. Eat fresh.
Last year, this team humiliated us in our house. Now we're in their house. Let's cross them.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. That ought to hold you.
Has anybody got a cell phone?
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
The magical gifts that bring out the fun in everyone. Turn on the fun. Best Buy.
Catch the new hit series Dark Angel. Boom. The People's Choice Awards nominee for favorite new drama and favorite performer in a new series, Jessica Alba.
What I say was gonna happen if I caught you peeping again.
Dark Angel. All new at 9/8 Central Fox Tuesday.
So Green Bay's Brett Favre, who struggled most of the day today, completes 3 out of 4 passes for 77 yards and a touchdown on that drive.
First touchdown of the day for the Packers. Desmond Howard. Check that, it's Terry Fair on the return, not Howard. And Fair brings it back to the 45-yard line. A 31-yard return. Chris Gizzy made the tackle.
Kenny, both offenses were sluggish most of the game, and all of a sudden Detroit, they drive downfield, a long pass from Batch to Crowell, and then they punch it in, and Brett Favre returns the favor. He looked outstanding on that last series.
And now good field position for the Lions. They start from their own 44, trailing by 9. 4:14 remaining. 3 wide receivers. Batch on first down, complete into Packers territory for a Lions first down.
This play starts here with the pass protection by the Lions offensive line. Watch the pocket that they give Batch to throw from. Not only a pocket, but a wide open throwing lane to Batch's right.
13-yard pickup on the play. Batch on first down takes off. Close to another first down at the Packers 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, his offensive line does it again, Kenny. They give him a pocket, and then they give him a lane. Instead of throwing through the lane, this time Charlie Batch runs it through. Not a sign the Lions probably wanted to see coming into this game. Batch with dirt marks on his shoulder pads and grass stuck into his helmet. Remember, he's got those bruised ribs, and Gary Moeller's intent coming into this game was to try to protect him. Mike Sherman's intent was to try to knock him around and affect the way he threw the football.
Initially suffered the bruised ribs in the Thanksgiving game against the Patriots. He said he could barely breathe during Thanksgiving dinner. Inches shy of a first down. Lions have 2 timeouts remaining. 3:28 to play. Trailing by 9 points. Second and inches from the Packers 33. Three wide receivers set. Batch was under pressure from Darren Sharper, and the pass intended for Herman Moore sailed incomplete.
Wow, Darren Sharper comes absolutely untouched and just takes Charlie Batch right off his feet. Watch, Batch never sees him. He comes to the blind side, gets that pass off, and wham. Sharper lifted Batch right off his feet. I mean, that's toughness.
Third and inches. Lions only 3 of 13 on third down. And they get the first down with 3:15 to play. Mario Bates picking up the first down for the Lions. Now under 3 minutes. Batch to the near side. It's caught by Johnny Morton. Another Lions first down at the Packers 16-yard line.
Yeah, this is good read by Johnny Morton and a good read by Charlie Batch. Packers defense is in 4 deep. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys all drop back. There's the underneath zone. And watch Morton. He finds a soft spot right there. The open spot in the zone, and Batch delivers it right on the mark.
From the Packers 16. Batch incomplete. Mario Bates was open. Bates' second drop of the game.
Yeah, and also you have to remember he cost Charlie Batch an interception earlier when the ball was thrown right in his arms, and he let it literally come into his arms, didn't catch it with his hands, and it popped up into the hands of Darren Sharper.
Bates, the former New Orleans Saint, Arizona Cardinal, with a key drop. So now 2nd and 10 from the Packers 16-yard line. Lions trailing by 9. Batch dumps it off. Penalty marker on the play. Bates made the catch and was tackled by David Bowens. Loss of 4 on the play.
A really, really well played defensive play by Bowens. tell you what, the Packers came with a blitz, and had Bowens not made that tackle, that was going to go for ways. Obviously moot anyway because of the holding penalty.
Number 73, offense. It'd be 3rd and 13.
Now Butler debating whether the Packers should decline the penalty. A loss of 4 on the play, so if they decline the penalty, it would be 3rd down and about 14. If they take the penalty, 2nd and 15. They do decline, so the Lions lose the down, and they lost 4 yards on the play.
And again, they lose those 4 yards because of a really nice play by David Bowens. Watch this. I mean, he was right on top of that screen pass.
Officially 3rd and 15. Back at the 21-yard line. Batch's pass is caught by Foster. And a nice tackle made by Leroy Butler, the leader of this defense, a gain of just 4. So the Lions now facing 4th down and 11.
We have not heard Leroy Butler's name a lot today, but in a key play late in the game, that's exactly when you'd expect him to show up.
I see her at the same time almost every day. She's always there waiting for me. I bring her lunch up to her apartment and I sing Italian love songs to her.
Philip Morris provides grants to Meals on Wheels programs so that thousands of seniors can have a hot meal and a visitor. Philip Morris and Meals on Wheels are fighting more than just hunger among the elderly. We're fighting loneliness. Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
Lions call timeout. Gary Moeller sends out Jason Hansen to attempt a 36-yard field goal, which would pull Detroit within 6 points. Lions have 1 timeout remaining. Hansen hit from 26 earlier. Good defensive stand by the Packers. And now Hansen getting set for a 36-yard attempt. The punter, John Jett, is the holder. Hansen's kick from 36 is good. So with 2 minutes, 17 seconds remaining, the Lions are within 6.
And with the Lions only having 1 timeout, Kenny, that all but guarantees that they're going to try an onside kick. If you had 3 timeouts, I think with Detroit's defense and you know the big plays that they've been able to come up with today, I think maybe you could try to kick it off, defend it, use your timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning in your favor as well, and get the ball back for your offense with still a lot of time left. But with just 1, the play on that board you saw being held up in front of that kickoff team was the onside kick play.
Well, coming up next, it's the second part of our Fox NFL doubleheader. It's an NFC offensive shootout as the explosive Vikings try to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs as they visit the defending Super Bowl champion Rams, who need a win to strengthen their playoff hopes. Some of you will see the Saints and the 49ers, who have won 3 in a row. It's coming up next on Fox.
Kenny, as good and as strong as that Vikings team looks, I think this is going to be the game where the St. Louis Rams reappear, where that offense gets back on track. It was a debacle last week with 7 turnovers.
Rams have lost 5 of their last 7. And a huge game today just underway momentarily with the Minnesota Vikings. So the Lions line up for the onside kick. Ball must go at least 10 yards before the Lions can touch it. 8 players lined up to the left of the kicker, Hansen, 2 to the right. Out of bounds, they'll get another shot. Lions will do it again from 5 yards back.
I don't think they are going to get another shot.
Because Schrader knocked it out.
Schrader was the first one to touch it, and he wisely just pushed it right out of bounds. A little too much sauce on this ball.
Yeah, Schrader did touch it. If the ball went out of bounds on its own, Lions would have another kick.
Right.
But Schrader was still in bounds when he touched it. So the Packers from the 40. Ahman Green. Lions have 1 timeout, and the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. So with the Packers leading by 6, 19-13 with 2 minutes remaining, we'll return to Lambeau after this.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
They went to the same B school. All had bright ideas. Each started his own business the same year. So why is one company going global?
Well, Tim, the Lions called timeout with 2:01 remaining, so they did add a second back onto the clock and granted Gary Moeller his final timeout. So the Packers will run 1 more play, and then we will have the 2-minute warning.
Do you think Mike Sherman will let Brett Favre throw a pass right now? You know Favre wants to throw it, right?
I think he's looking at the run portion of his play chart. So officially 2:01 remaining. Here's Green. Up the middle, first down and more. Ahman Green into the end zone. 39-yard touchdown run. The Lambeau leap. Green's second touchdown of this 4th quarter. He's rushed for 118 yards. In today's game, his second 100-yard game of the season. Longwell adds the extra point. And the Packers have extended their lead. It's now 26-13.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
They went to the same B school. All had bright ideas. Each started his own business the same year. So why is one company going global while the others are just getting going? Some people already know our financial representatives excel at a lot more than life insurance. Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
Spread some joy this holiday season. Shop online, ship it on its way, and be sure it gets there in 2 to 3 days with priority mail delivery from the United States Postal Service.
Okay, so you're set up with Total Choice programming, and sir, I also hooked up the NFL Sunday ticket subscription you signed up for.
That's for her.
Oh. So you've also got Fox Sports Net. You get your regional sports.
College basketball?
ESPN Full Court.
What about racing?
Horses?
Stock cars.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Could a terrifying vision stop a murder before it happens? I can save Vicky. The only question is how.
Pick up the phone!
The X-Files, all new at 9/8 Central tonight on Fox.
The Packers have broken things open here in the fourth quarter. A pair of Amon Green touchdowns. And they now lead the Lions 26-13.
In just a few minutes, we will be leaving this game in order to bring you complete coverage of your second NFL game.
Longwell keeps it on the ground. This is Corey Schlesinger, the fullback, tackled by Damon Parker at the 39.
Kenny, nice cutback run by Amon Green on the touchdown. But I want you to watch Frank Winters, the center, who probably shouldn't even be out there in this game. Watch his block on Stephen Boyd. Right there. Wham. Puts him right on his back and opens up the center for Amon Green to run all the way to the end zone. So while it was Brett Favre's toughness to score that last touchdown on the last series before this with his excellent throwing, it's
in just a few minutes, we will be leaving this game in order to bring you complete coverage of your second NFL game.
Nearly picked off by Nate Wayne. That would have been turnover number 6.
I think if you look at this game and you think about both teams coming into it and the Packers' belief that, hey, we're going to somehow be a little bit better in this cold weather. We're going to somehow not slip as much. We're going to somehow not turn the ball over as much. I think that's exactly what it's.
Why it's so quiet, you can hear yourself think. Dodge Intrepid. Quietly different.
Spend some time with the Solomons.
We are an ideal family.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Weeknights at 6:30 on Fox 29.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
My father always did his shopping after the stores were closed.
Come on, look at it. Come on, it's late.
Hey, where'd you got this one?
Fill up a truck. Now get out of here. Come on, move it on.
I love shopping on Lycos. They have brand names, product reviews, great service, and everything comes with a receipt.
You got nothing!
Whatever you're into, dig into it deeper on Lycos.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, I hope you didn't put all those on the credit card.
Yeah, why?
Do you know what those interest charges are going to do to us?
Don't worry. I used our new Capital One card. It's interest-free. To the neighbor!
If you had a new Capital One card, all your purchases would be interest-free until May 2001.
Gotta tell Steve and Laura about Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online, presents the Return of the Week. In a wet intrastate slugfest, Tampa Bay triumphed over Miami as Dolphin quarterback Jay Fiedler threw 4 interceptions, including one to linebacker Jamie Duncan that was returned for a touchdown. Duncan was aided on the return with a block by number 72, Chidi Ahanatu.
Jamie Duncan to the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Notice the stylization typical of neoclassic columns. Each of the capitals contains...
Is that real gold, Mr. Stern?
Nearly 11 pounds of gold leaf.
Next, please.
E-Trade Bank doesn't have expensive branches, so our Money Market Plus account pays you a higher rate than many CDs without tying up your money.
What more could you possibly want?
Get 6.25% APY. Call 888-609-BANK.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.